Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are here today in something a little bit different. We're going to be reading Reddit stories with Hitsu content and reacting to Am I or Am I Not the Asshole? That's what I thought. Alright. It's going to be interesting once I fix the screen. The fuck? Alright. There we go.
We got this.
In the box. I am a professional. I know what I'm doing. Totally. 100%.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Yeah.
Not like we didn't just spend like the past what 3 to 4 hours doing this.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
to be fair, like we'd started off with me not having a webcam or a mic or anything, like no equipment. So, I mean, we're doing better.
True. This is very true. Let me turn you up a little bit more. There we go. People should be able to hear you very well and clear. All right. So we obviously have not the asshole underneath Hitsu and the asshole underneath me. Not that they are our labels, but but we are going to be deciding today, together, what exactly these people are, because I mean, everybody is different and everyone has their own opinions. So let's start off strong. You ready for this?
Okay, right.
Am I
Give it
the
to me.
asshole for buying lower grade steaks when my in laws visit and serving my dad and mom Wagyu steaks? So essentially, am I the asshole for
Straight.
buying my in-laws lower quality meat and then serving better quality to my biological parents?
They're your biological parents. There you go. That's it. You're not really the asshole. Also
Right.
depends on how your in-laws treat you. So,
True. You ready for the story?
yeah.
All right. My wife and I live far away from both our sets of parents. We visit them a couple times a year, and they visit us about the same. My mom and dad love food. They will buy pounds of garlic and leave it in a rice maker for a month to make black garlic. They plan their vacations around amazing restaurants. My in laws are lovely people, but boiling chicken drumsticks is fancy for them, and they refuse to eat steak that isn't well done. Mmm. I discovered
Okay.
this the first time I went to their home for dinner. I wasn't even asked how I like my steak. Everyone got a well done. It took me years to convince my wife to try a medium rare steak. Now she loves them. I bought some beautiful prime steak for them when they came over when we moved in together. I made theirs medium well, and I died a little inside. Her dad took it back to the grill and destroyed them. So now I buy select grade meat. I've been buying some excellent quality Wagyu for when my parents visit, not every single time, maybe once a year. My wife
Yeah,
says
that's
I'm
just
being an
expensive.
asshole by not treating both families the same. I don't think I should waste money on great food for them when I know how they will treat it.
Okay, you're not the asshole
Yeah,
because
definitely
as
not
some
the asshole.
the two of us, this isn't the cozy kitchen for nothing. The two of us have both been in the service industry. You're still in the service industry. The meat that is I'm someone who hates steak. I don't like it. I won't eat it. But my God, don't ruin the amount of hard work and effort that it takes to create Wagyu beef or any like prime cuts of beef. That's a lot of time and energy. And if you're gonna fucking cremate it, you might as well just get the cheap shit because you clearly don't care about your own taste buds. Not the
Right,
asshole.
right. Yeah, not the
Also
asshole.
saving money. Like, what's the point? Like, I'd be more upset about the amount of money that I'd wasted on like a really nice cut of something for someone to cremate it. And it'd be fine if they were paying for it was them paying it. Go ahead, you do you. If it's your money and you want to cremate the very nice steak, um, you do you. But if it's someone else's money and you're still planning on doing that, nah, nah, fam, that ain't it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I've got to agree. That's like I've seen a lot of people throw away tons of money on food that they then just either don't touch or they like I'm all for feeding your animals really high quality stuff, but like I just it's one like that's such a waste. It would be such a waste. As someone
It
who
is
sees
such
so
a
much
waste.
waste in the food industry, that is such a waste. Yeah, definitely not the asshole. So me.
Not the asshole. Sorry, I'm just making sure that like we're like, oh no, he's in his basket. Oh, the baby's in his basket.
That is so cute. Also, I think there's a lot of people outside my apartment right now, so if it looks like my character is lighting up and going crazy, I'm so sorry.
Um,
There's like the
I think
slightest bit
you're
of sound
okay.
makes it go off.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay. Sorry. MP. There we go. Okay.
Oh, maybe don't hit the camera. Whoops. There we go.
Oh god. Okay. There we go.
I,
So, oh, not the asshole. Not the asshole.
not
Right.
the asshole. Oh my god, you're actually. Oh, they're so cute.
There
Yeah,
we go.
draw. Here we go. Yeah.
Not the asshole. Ta-da! Perfect.
Ta-da!
Okay, that was story number 1. And the rest of Reddit also agrees. Apparently it puts right here if people think you're not the asshole. So yeah, everyone else also agrees that they're not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's not even a matter of just like you're like equal treatment. At that point, like you are literally it's like the same reason why many people don't like buy a lot of like they'll buy what they need, but they don't buy like a shit ton of clothing for like 1 to 2 year olds because they grow out of them so fast. Like
Yeah.
and like most people I've seen, it's a lot of hand me downs, which is great because again, babies grow so fast. Why would you buy brand new clothing when it's gonna be gone in like months, in a matter of
I
like
mean,
2 months?
yeah, and not only that, there's all the bodily fluids that small children produce anyway.
God.
Like that, like why would you? The I've seen like kids with like brand new Converse on like 2, 3 year olds, and I'm like, what is the point?
Mm-mm.
Unless they're gonna become family heirlooms, like
Right, like not like those parents who dip their children's shoes in gold after they outgrow them, which I think is insane. There are parents who do that shit. You think I'm kidding? There are parents who do that shit.
is this some sort of American thing?
I've seen it from like every country. Just some like first time parents just crazy.
They seem like the type of people that you know how when they're choosing out baby names, they forget that the person's actually going to be a person and not a baby for the rest of their life. Like they're gonna grow and become a human being. And you've given them the weirdest fucking name, and you're like, it's such a cute baby name. And you're like, yeah, but like that's not an adult's name, and they're gonna be an adult far longer than they're gonna be a child. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you ready for the next one?
Okay, let's go.
Alright. Am I the asshole for not wanting to split expenses proportional to income? What is your first take on this?
So split expenses.
Proportional to income.
A little bit. But
A little
I'm
bit?
gonna find out what the rest of the story is first of
Right.
all. But
Right.
like,
A
you
lot of
know,
these
that's
titles are very misleading.
mm.
Alright. I live with my boyfriend in a flat he owns. Fully paid off, his father gave it to him. The whole building was built 6 years ago, and it's in a very popular area. I pay my boyfriend half of the market rate rent, which we update every year by looking how much the flats are being rented out for in the building complex, which is a lot of money, but I agreed to it. Other than this, we did everything else 50-50 in the past. I got a new job with a significant pay increase, and now my boyfriend says we should start splitting expenses proportional to income because that's fair. I told him I don't think it's fair that I should start paying for more just because I got a new job and nothing else changed. I already pay him rent, enough rent that would get me a same size flat a few streets away, so it's more than fair to him. He made some, in my opinion, very weak arguments and accused me of ripping him off. That's when I told him that under no circumstances would we split expenses proportional to income. Now that I've calmed down a bit, I'm worried whether I'm in the wrong, especially since my best friend told me that this is how they do it with her boyfriend too, and my boyfriend owning the flat is irrelevant here. Am I the asshole? So
Ooh,
that's interesting. So if so he owns it, does that mean he doesn't have to pay rent and she's pretty much just paying him to live there? Is that what that means?
honestly, that's kind of what it sounds like. Because I mean, if someone already outright owns it, it's not like they've got a mortgage on it. So like you've got either a mortgage on a house if you're buying the house, but obviously you couldn't buy it outright.
Yeah.
Um, so at that point the house is bought, it's paid for. You're not paying any
Right.
loans or mortgages to a bank. You are not a rented tenant, clearly, because
Right.
otherwise there would have to be a particular contract for that, at least in the UK. So yeah, she's basically just paying him to live there rather than, you know.
Interesting.
So
So
the only the bills
so
that's left
he's
would be
literally
like,
just being like, you just need to pay me more money.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
um I'm guessing their food cost bill hasn't gone up in the
Right.
time that she's got a job. I'm guessing gas and electric hasn't, or like council tax,
Right. Yeah, like she said, the only
etc.
thing that's changed is the fact that she got a new job.
So he's the asshole.
Okay, okay, okay.
Honestly, like he's the asshole in the first place for like asking her to pay
For
fucking rent
something that
like
he
that.
already owns.
First, yeah, for something that he already owns. I
Right.
could entirely understand if like, okay, this is going like your quote unquote rent is for your half of the bills, which makes complete sense because if you're using the gas, if you're using like you're living there, so you have to pay council tax kind of thing, then sure, that's where your money should go because that's something that you need to pay, regardless
Right.
of whether you own the house or not. But if this man's just straight up asking his missus for rent,
Right. Right.
and mm, mm, it's a bit of an asshole move.
It is a bit of an asshole move, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that oh shit. Sorry, one second. My whole thing just flipped out. Forgot I'm not on studio mode. Okay. So yeah, not the asshole. That yeah, that's kind of fucked, man.
He really thought pancakes now. It's pancake time.
Pancake now. Oh shit. Yeah. Do I just mm,
Oh,
they move the tallies over? There we go. There we go.
hey.
Not the asshole. Yeah,
Not
the
the
rest
ass.
of the internet also agrees not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
That's
I'm like, go
okay.
get your own place. Like,
Right,
fuck this
like
man.
if he's
I'm
asking
like,
you to split
leave him.
everything, like she's already splitting everything else 50-50
Yeah.
and then paying him rent on top of it and he's like, pay more, bitch."
I'd be like,
Bye.
goodbye. I'd be like,
Have fun. I'll come
have
visit you
fun.
sometime. Like, definitely
Yeah.
not a relationship ender. I mean, it would be for me, but not a relationship
Oh,
ender in
it
her
would
eyes. I
that
wish
would
to
be a
see the baby,
relationship
says
ender for
Dal.
me.
Is that
I wish to see the baby. Hold on,
yes,
the
the baby.
baby's
Before we
current.
move on to the next one, the baby.
The baby's gone.
The baby's gone?
I don't know where he is. Where'd he go?
He was just
Oh,
there.
it's just there.
Oh my
The void
gosh.
has left.
He really has. The baby will appear again.
I hope so.
Um, let me see.
I mean, he's got to get used to me screaming into a mic and playing video
Right.
games at some point. So, this is a crash course for him.
Crash course through screaming into a microphone. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay. So the next one is malicious compliance.
Ooh, my favorite
Oh,
thing
this
to
one's a long
do.
one. Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Get ready for this. Only do what is
Mhm.
in my job title. Fine. Good luck paying employees.
Not the asshole.
Already decided, not the asshole. Okay. Also here for you too. Oh, thank you. Yes, we're reading stories off of Reddit because I have fallen in love with the Reddit stories off of TikTok and I'm obsessed now. Made my own account and everything. Wow. So I work for a construction company as an inventory admin. My job is to basically schedule counts of our warehouse and input the numbers they give me for inventory, then try to see what the problem is when the numbers on the last count and current count don't add up. Okay. So inventory. Their whole
Yeah,
job apparently is just inventory. But
the
construction
whole
company,
job is
that
just
shit is
counting.
yeah. Oh my god, that I hate that part of construction, honestly. There's a little bit more to it, but I will not bore you with the specifics. The problem with this job is that when you have been doing it long enough and are good at it, there's less work to do. In the beginning, when counting one rack out of 60 racks of material would take a few days, it was fine because I was always busy. But now that everything is in order, the entire warehouse can be counted in 3 days. Okay, okay. This leaves me
Okay.
bored for most of the time. So to fix this, I studied up on our cloud-based ERP service that we use for all internal and external transactions, and I've become sort of an expert on it. Every single
Okay.
aspect of this company uses this ERP service to do their job. Timesheets, HR, payroll, accounting, scheduling, management, manufacturing, ordering from vendors, etc. All runs through this service. So it is very
God
important
help if
that
that God help if that service goes down though, then that's the entire
literally everything off
literally.
of this service, oh my gosh. So it is
Ooh, that's
very
a
important
risky
that this
take.
service is up and running perfectly 24/7. There we go. I have a feeling that this
Uh-huh.
story it's going to crash and they're going to
Yeah.
be oh yeah. I
Hell yeah.
became so proficient in the service that our VP decided to cut ties with our consultants of it because I could do what they did but better, quicker, and much cheaper. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Are you getting a pay raise for that?
Oh no, that's like just like,
Right.
are you getting the
Like,
consultant's pay?
right, like even just like half their pay like added onto your
Yeah.
salary. Like are you getting any sort of I don't know, reward for this. Anyway,
Yeah.
for reference, we were paying these consultants 5,000 a month just to be on standby if we needed them for some sort of problem that could arise from using it, and had to dish out more money to fix those problems depending on how many hours of their time was spent to fix said problems. Imagine getting $5,000 to just be near your computer and then getting additional money because of a problem. That the 5,000 is not even to fix the problem. The 5,000 is to just be on standby.
Oh
Where
my
can I get
god.
a job like that? Excuse me? We're doing
Same.
it wrong.
Same.
We're doing it wrong.
We are doing this wrong. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, where'd it go? Uh Depending on how many hours it was to fix said problems. Not sure on their exact rate, but it was something like 200 an hour. 200 an hour to fix said problems, and they took weeks to fix anything. Well, I could fix the problem in time for my daily afternoon shit break. That's pretty funny. I never got an official job title or raise or any kind for being an expert on this service. The company just saw me being
Mm.
able to do it and let me fix things that happened so they no longer needed the outside help. Mmm. I can see
Mm.
your face. I can see your face. I wasn't too
Yep.
upset because it gave me something to do, so I was glad to help the company save money, even if none of that money fell my way. Now you see, I feel like maybe it's just because of the situations that I've been in doing this for previous jobs where they fully just take advantage of people because it saves them a quick buck. Like
Yeah.
I would have been so suspicious. Like, okay, so you don't have to pay these, like, consultants, multiple consultants, by the way, and it's just me to fixing all these issues, and
I'd
I
be
don't
like,
get any sort of, not even a reward. Mm.
I'd have been
Mm.
like,
Bye, bitch.
excuse me.
Right.
I know you've got the money to be able to do it.
Right? Like if you were throwing that kind of cash for a consultant, $200 an hour, then they took
Yeah.
weeks to fix something. Like it's
You
definitely
clearly
not
have
a
the
money
funds.
issue.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Pay your workers properly.
For real, or you're gonna lose them. Alright, skip ahead a few
Yeah.
months. We now have a new warehouse manager, and someone in the warehouse fucked something up in inventory by sending a bunch of materials to the wrong job with no records of it being shipped. We are taking $500,000. We're talking $500,000 fuck up here. Ooh. In the same day, our service had an update that caused a bunch of bugs with our accounting department. So I decided to work on the service problem first because the warehouse fuck up is more of a delay fuck up and not an actual stopping anyone from doing their job at the moment. While this accounting problem means our bills are not being able to be paid. You can guess what kind of issues we will have if bills are not paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ERP bugs turn out to be quite big and numerous, so it ends up taking me a couple days to figure it out. But I fix it before any bills are actually due and decide to take lunch a little early to celebrate a victory. As you deserve. Crisis averted.
Yeah.
New warehouse.
You've saved the company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, billions at that point. You can go for a little extra, like, early lunch. Like, hell, and in fact, take double the amount of time for your lunch.
Right?
Go for
like,
that.
go get yourself something nice. Hell yeah.
Preferably if they fucking pay for it. Like, they should be paying you the fucking, like, amount of money that they paid those consoles in the first place. But,
yeah. New warehouse manager storms into my office after I get back from lunch and is livid. Apparently, the bosses were pinning the blame on him for the warehouse fuck up. But it was his fault.
It was
he fucked it up. And considering he is the one who oversees shipments and personnel in the warehouse, the blame is rightfully placed. He starts laying into me, asking why I have not fixed the problem yet, yelling and screaming like a child. I tried explaining that I was fixing an ERP issue and have not had time to look into the warehouse problem yet. He gets even more angry and notes that it is funny how I have time to take early lunches but not do my job. That starts to piss me off, but I held my tongue and kept calm about the situation. He then ordered me to only do what is in my job title and leave the ERP bullshit to the people competent enough to handle it, as he put it. Since this guy was technically my supervisor, I had no choice but to obey. Okay, fair. I asked him to send me that in writing, and he snarks and storms back into his office. 5 minutes later, I get an email stating, under no circumstances am I to work on anything related to ERP unless it involves inventory.
Do their job for you, and they give you it in writing. You're like,
oh,
yes.
You gotta love it when they leave you a paper trail. They're asking for it. Oh my gosh. Cue malicious compliance. I do nothing but inventory from that point forward, knowing damn well that we would be essentially coasting until we hit a problem that I would refuse to fix. Sure enough, not even a week later, I get an email from HR that some sort of bug in the ERP system was preventing them from accessing payroll to pay employees this week.
Oh no, what a shame. Not my
I
problem.
reply an apology that I am no longer able to work on ERP bugs due to supervisor and refer to the ERP system help guide refer to the ERP system help guide for further assistance. I knew the help guide was not going to help her in the slightest, but it was no longer my problem, so I was not going to deal with it. Skip a few days later to Friday. I checked my bank account in the morning before getting to work and laughed because there was no money deposited. That problem never got fixed. I hurry up and get to work, excited to see the chaos unfold. Me too, bitch! And what I was expecting.
I would be like, Turned round in my chair and been like, I've been expecting you.
What I was expecting was an understatement. Oh my gosh. When I show up to work, I see the entire warehouse staff of 50 people walking out of the front door. I stopped one and asked why they are leaving, and they replied with, I didn't get paid today, so I'm not coming back until I do. 50 people. 50 people. Holy shit. I go into the office and see warehouse manager in a panic. He has jobs that need material and nobody to load it onto trucks or deliver. I ask him if he needs help with anything, and he just screams at me to leave his office because he's getting phone calls out the ass from superintendents of jobs asking why our material has not yet arrived. I pass by HR on the way to my office and see a bunch of the bosses huddled up over her computer with her angry and confused expressions on their faces. I guess trying to figure out the problem. I felt bad for her because it really was something out of her control, but I knew she would ultimately be okay because she had been there for so long, so they would never fire her.
Yeah.
Okay. When I get to
Okay.
my office, I see the vice president waiting for me there. He has a very pissed off expression on his face. When we get inside, he demands to know why I did not fix the problem in HR when she emailed me about it. I replied that I am no longer allowed to work on ERP problems as it is not my job title. He has the most shocked look on his face and asked why all of a sudden I had change of heart. I show him the email from warehouse manager and I could see the dots connect in his head. He immediately storms out and I see him heading straight towards the manager's office. They were in there for a few hours, but eventually he comes back to my office. He seems calm and out and asks me politely if I can fix the problem in HR and if I can resume fixing the ERP if needed. At this point, I liked the relief of responsibility, and I told him I would only do it if he put it officially in my job title along with a raise. As you should! Should have done that so long ago. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
please tell me it was at least 5K.
Right? Like, fuck, man. He deserves it after that.
I mean,
Um,
not only you doing another job on top of it, you're also you're
yeah,
doing a
it's
job that
two
cost someone
jobs.
just 5 grand just to fucking be there. Like,
Right. Right. And keep in mind that that was only one. They had
yeah, and they had
multiple
multiple.
consultants. Yeah. Here, that get this. His calmness turned to anger again, and he says, "I cannot believe you," as he storms out and returns to his office. Really? Oh my gosh! A few hours later, he sends out a mass email that he has hired the old ERP consultants to fix the problem, and that next week everyone will be paid for the money they are owed, along with money they earned if they return to work. No one surprised me, as he would rather pay over $60,000 a year to consultants than give me a few extra bucks an hour for better work. I think he expected me to change my mind and just do it for my own paycheck, but I decided to wait because I knew how these consultants were, and if they managed to fix the problem in a week, I would streak naked through the office. Most of the warehouse staff agreed to return, but were still upset about not getting paid. Sure enough, next Friday comes around, no one gets paid again. At this point, it's becoming a real problem, and the entire staff is becoming agitated. They have bills to pay.
Ooh.
I even heard a bunch of the warehouse talking about some competitors nearby they could go work for. At this point, I even considered just fixing the problem because the warehouse didn't deserve to be treated like that due to poor management. Maybe I am the asshole here for this, but I am severely underpaid and can barely afford my apartment. There's no reason I should do extra work for free. That
Mm-mm.
same day,
Mm-mm.
the vice president returns to my office and hands me papers. These papers said that I would be promoted to a newly created position that dealt with inventory ERP upkeep. It would be its own department, and he would be my direct supervisor. Also came with a hefty raise. All I had to do was sign and agree. I looked at him after reading the paper, and he had the saddest look on his face. Please just sign it. The consultant said it would take them weeks to get around to fixing it due to the high volume of clients they've taken on, and we cannot keep skipping paychecks. Yeah, you really can't. I happily
Yeah.
signed it and immediately got to work on the HR issue, managed to even fix it that same day. It was just a simple problem with the permissions of HR and payroll in the ERP due to update. Bro, all of that, and that's
Bro,
all it was.
bro, it was literally one line of code. Love that.
That's all it
You are,
was.
sir, you are not the asshole, and you have won your hard-earned money, and
Oh, yeah.
preferably, I think you should have got way more. I don't know how much more you get paid. Clearly, it's a hefty sum, but
Right.
mm,
Sure,
Mm,
like seriously,
could
not
be
the fucking
more.
asshole.
Seriously,
Oh,
not the
that's why
fucking
it looks
asshole.
like
And I'm
that.
pretty sure all of
Okay.
your fucking coworkers would be like there for you
Right.
as well.
If anyone had problems with you getting that position and a raise, then they're the asshole.
Then they are the
But
asshole.
yeah, no, not the asshole.
Especially given everything that happened, and they know that you will actually fucking fix it, like
Right.
within a few days, compared to people
Mm,
who don't even work for the company in general.
right.
Um, they're just hired, like
Right.
hired
And
out.
he did say a hefty pay raise, he didn't even say how much, but how much you want to bet it still wasn't anywhere near as much
Oh God, no,
as
definitely
he was
not.
paying the other people. Like there's
Maybe a fraction, but like
literally some people will literally just do the most to do the least amount. I I swear.
some people would rather shoot themselves in the foot than admit that they fucked up and
Right.
should maybe treat their staff nicer.
Wow, treating people the way they should be treated?
Wow, my God.
That's so
I did.
crazy. I don't know why you would even suggest that, Hitsu.
I know. How terrible.
Okay.
I was
This
looking for the
one,
boy, but I heard him, but he was not here. Oh well.
this one is petty revenge. Now, I love being petty sometimes. I had to do it a lot at my last job because, similar
Oh,
to the
I know
last
you
guy who
did.
was underpaid and overworked, I was also underpaid and overworked. Um,
Yeah, you were.
but I love being petty. Roommates stopped contributing, so we left them nothing. How you feeling about that one? You ready?
You should. You chose that one on purpose, didn't you?
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe a little bit, but petty revenge. But this is so think this is 6 women living together.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for this?
Okay.
This happened during my junior year of college. I, Claire, lived with 5 other women. I'll call them Abby, Brooke, Danny, Ella, and Fran. We signed the lease on our house. We agreed to a 1 year deal, June 1st to May 31st. The house was off campus and unfurnished. So we don't worry about it. I'm struggling to read, it's fine. Unfurnished, so we needed things to make it feel like home. Prior to moving in, we all sat down and decided what we needed for the house and who was going to bring what, and also settled on a chore schedule. We also
Mm-hmm.
decided that we'd have a household supply fund set up so we could buy things we all would use, like toilet paper, paper towels, dish
Yeah.
detergent, laundry detergent, all the roommate stuff. As it turns out, Danny, Ella, and Fran and I brought most of the stuff we need, like a couch, small dining table, dishes, silverware, drinking glasses, other
Mm-hmm.
household items. Things went pretty well during the fall semester. Shortly after that, however, things started to decline. Abby's boyfriend, Andy, basically moved in with us, and the two of them started acting like they owned the place. Left a dirty dish in the sink, they'd leave a passive aggressive note about how rude it was to come do that. Come home after the library closed at midnight, Abby and Andy went to bed at 10, and if you woke them up, there was hell to pay. Pretty soon, Brooke and her boyfriend Brad were acting much the same way.
I'm getting
Mmm.
PTSD.
God.
Oh no.
We can skip it if you want.
I'm just like, wow, this had real close to home.
Gosh, could you imagine two people have their boyfriends move in? I would leave. God.
I would kick the boyfriends out. Like, tell what the fuck. I was like, you
Right?
don't pay rent. Get
Like,
out.
I remember when I first moved to where I was before, like, I started streaming before all that, I was
Mhm.
literally prepared to live in my car behind the restaurant I work at. Like, I was literally prepared to live in my car. bro bro, I would just sleep in my car than deal with this. I would.
Not gonna lie, if I had a car,
Oh yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting that not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people good, cars are really common in America, and
Yeah.
then I forget that the rest of the world is like, car? No.
I think because in America, everything's so far away from each other. Like,
Yeah.
Lee will tell me, being like, hey, I'm just going to like a gig for the night, and it's fucking 4 hours away. And I'm like, that's like
Yeah.
me traveling to a different country
No,
to go see a gig and then come back on the same night instead of just paying for like a hotel to stay there and
yeah.
make it a full trip. Like,
Mhm. No,
that's insane. To me.
when I went to visit Lee, like 2 years ago, they live like 30 minutes away from their place of work, and that's driving. Now,
Oof.
walking would be like 2 hours
Oh
away
God.
from their place of work. Like, it's far. It is a far distance. You have to get on a highway in order to get to where they work.
Wait, that's a highway in still 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a distance.
Yes, it is a distance.
That is a distance.
Yeah, so cars in America are fairly essential to literally get anywhere.
Which I'm so surprised at because, like, you could have such a good, like, train network.
Yeah.
That
Oh
would
my
make more
gosh.
sense.
I wish so badly. And they really only do it in like major cities. Not even big cities, major cities. Like you have to have a specific, I don't know what the pre fucking requisite is to have like a tram system in your city, but not all big cities have it. Which is crazy to me.
So weird.
Like you either have to take public transportation, walk, or like have your own vehicle. And there's some places that they're not built for cars. It's not. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Honestly, see, when you come to Scotland, you are going to be shocked by how much of the country you can get to and get around just with public transport and with like trains and stuff. With
Yeah.
trains and with buses.
Well, I'd also
Like,
guess that public transportation is way more affordable as well.
um, yeah, actually, yeah, when I
Yeah.
think about it. Like, so where I live, if you're getting on a bus, it only costs like 470 to basically have an all-day ticket, and you can jump on and off buses
All day?
all day.
Oh my
And like,
gosh.
it's got like zones, so you like as long as your ticket's within the zone, like you can go travel that whole day to various
Okay,
different
Dal, we
stops.
get it. You guys are great. All of Scotland, cough, cough, bus pass, we get it. Oh gosh. Oh
I mean,
gosh.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. No, but this story, this petty revenge story just gets so much worse. Do you want to keep reading it or do you want to skip to the next one?
I'm here for the emotional damage. Let's go.
Oh god. Okay. Things went pretty well during fall semester. Shortly after that, however, things started to decline. Okay, we already did that much. By early
Hmm.
February, it was clear to Danny, Ella, Fran, and me that we did not want to live with Abby and Brooke another year.
Yeah,
Good. The four of us
good.
found a different off campus place and signed a lease. We let Abby and Brooke know from then on. The two of them, plus their boyfriends, went from partial jerks to complete jerks. You mean they weren't complete jerks before?
I know. Like, what the fuck?
They do things like stop the clothes washer mid wash, take our clothes out and dump them on the floor, and then start their own laundry. They'd use up all the hot water by taking super long showers. They'd write return to sender on our mail. They destroyed flowers our boyfriend sent or brought to us. They refused packages. They stopped contributing to the shared supply fund and stopped doing chores. Bro, imagine moving two more people into an already cramped home without consulting any of your roommates and then just being fuck y'all. Bro, that wild to me. Wild. Wild.
Who raised them? Is all I'm thinking is like, who fucking raised you? Like,
Right?
where are your manners?
Mm, mm. About a week before Memorial Day, Ella got a call from the landlord on our new phone saying the previous tenants had moved out and we could move in early if we'd like at no charge. Take
Yes,
it.
please. Yes, please.
Dana,
Yes,
Ellie,
please.
Fran, and I
Let me leave.
discussed it and decided to get out of our current house ASAP, but didn't tell Abby and Brooke our plans. Good.
Yeah, good.
Memorial Day
Good.
weekend.
Don't tell them. Leave.
Just leave. Memorial
Just
Day
leave.
weekend rolls around and Abby, Brooke, and their boyfriends head out of town to go camping while the rest of us put our plan into action. Ooh, they're not
they weren't
there.
even. They were camping. Brilliant.
Oh, beautiful. Bad cell
Yes.
reception. They're not in the area. Yes. With the help of our friends, Danny, Ella, Fran, and I got all of our stuff moved out. When I say all, I mean all. Living room furniture, dining room furniture, dishes, silverware, cookware, food storage containers, baking supplies, shower curtain, rugs, lamps, vacuum, broom, dustpan, etc. We also decided that since neither Abby nor Brooke had contributed to the shared household supply fund since March, took toilet paper, March, April. Yes, that's 2 months. It's 2 months they didn't contribute to the fund.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
Memorial is in May.
all of
The
it.
toilet paper, paper towels, dish detergent, laundry detergent, and so forth was ours. So we took all of that too. Abby, Brooke, and their boyfriends were shocked to return from their camping trip to an empty house, which made our petty revenge even sweeter was that on their way home from the camping trip, all 4 of them got food poisoning and were really, really sick. The scathing texts we got about moving out unannounced and taking all shared household goods, especially the toilet paper, priceless. Danny, Ella, Fran, and I are great friends. Still get a good laugh about the situation 12 years later. None of us have heard from Abby or Brooke since graduation. I feel like that was so worth reading to the end.
That's okay. I'm glad we stuck that one out. Oh my god, that's.
Oh, I don't know why it turned like that.
Oh yes, it's got a little bit. It's like it's stopping.
It really is. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was great.
That was good. Oh, that's perfect petty revenge. Hell yeah.
That is perfect petty revenge.
I commend you. I commend you,
God.
ladies. Wonderful.
For real, that was amazing. All right, not the asshole, obviously.
Definitely not the asshole. Oh.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Especially the toilet paper. That's what gets me.
I was about to make it like an asshole joke about them not being able to wipe theirs, but
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Whew. Are you ready for another malicious compliance?
yes.
Okay. Customer asked me to count out a bag of live crickets in front of her, loses out on bonus crickets. The only reason I found this interesting was because a couple of years ago, I had a friend, she had a bearded dragon, and she would have to find somewhere for him to be for the summer because she would go to, like, summer camps, like, all summer long. And I loved taking care of her little beardies. They were so cute. Like, I loved it when they, like, flattened out over the stone, like, little pancakes. Oh my gosh, so cute. But yeah,
So cute.
I've had to go buy crickets from, like, PetSmart plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I
And
remember
then
the
you dust
first...
them in calcium,
Mhm.
and you're like, here you go.
Right. Oh, great. Here, have fun.
You're like-
Wow.
And you're like, wow, enjoy. So
Right.
tasty.
I, 32 female, work part-time at a pet store to supplement my income as my salary of a full-time teacher doesn't always pay the bills. Understandable. Plus, I have a few pets, and 20% off in-store purchases is rather helpful. Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, one of the things we supply are live and frozen feeder animals for things like reptiles, certain aquatic characters, and invertebrates. These include things like mice, rats, dubia roaches, bloodworms, mealworms, etc., crickets. The mice and rats are either frozen or live, but either way they are easy to count and box up for the customer. Dubia roaches, mealworms, waxworms, and superworms are prepackaged and price marked, but the crickets are not. Interesting. Usually crickets are.
Yeah.
In my experience, they are anyway. Crickets are kept in
Oh.
these large containers with mesh top, egg cartons. Oh, I guess the ones that I were
Oh,
buying were
right.
pre-packaged. But yeah, if you buy like the giant, like there's a giant container of crickets next to the pre-packaged ones, where they just snip off a piece of this like egg carton and shove it in a bag and give it to you.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want like bulk crickets or like quotation marks free range crickets.
Free range.
Free range crickets, you know.
Free range crickets. Oh, hello. Oh, no goodbye. Okay.
Is the baby here?
He was, and then he just fucking disappeared again.
He zoom real fast.
He's very confused as to what's going on.
Right. Well, he'll get used to it the more you on stream.
Yeah, I'm sure. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But crickets are kept in these large with mesh top egg cartons for the crickets to climb and hide in. Cricket food and hydration. This means when customers ask for them, which we usually sell by the dozen, we have to count and retrieve them manually, putting them in a plastic bag we then fill with air and tie off to go with the customer. Yeah. Our method for transferring the crickets is to lightly tap the egg cartons over a funnel-like object that doesn't have a hole at the bottom. We tap the crickets in, wrap the plastic bag around the mouth, then tip it lightly into the bag. Some jump in out of order or cling to others, so often customers are given bonus crickets, which are always great, which we're okay with. It's better than shortening them. So customers are always given the right amount or often more than what they asked for without an increase in price, which is pretty standard practice at almost every pet store I've seen. Most people get this. The customer in this story did not. A woman comes in and she asked for 4 dozen, 48 total. I went to the back, tapped the crickets from the carton into the funnel, and then counted them into the bag. As per usual, the occasional extra cricket tumbled or hopped in, probably putting the total over a bit over 50 by the time I was done. Yeah. I bagged them, tied the bag, and took them to the counter. Now, I don't know if this one was having a bad day or she had been stiffed by another store in the past, but she demanded that we count out the crickets in front of her before she pay for them. Bro, fucking crickets, man. Come on. Like, it's not that serious. It's really...
Yeah.
God. I explained that it was likely that she got more than what she asked for, and counting out 48 crickets individually would take a little while. She insisted. She wanted to be sure we weren't ripping her off. So I got one of those small plastic critter keepers and a pair of tongs. Oh my god.
There you are! I just saw a tail in the background. I was like, he's here.
I would like to see the baby.
Milo, come here. Come here, dumbass.
It's the void.
It's the void.
Look at the void. Oh my gosh. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Hitsu says he plans to have a Milo cam in the future. Yes. When he starts streaming. There he be. That is there right.
He's the best boy.
Oh, the baby.
The baby. Even though he's not really a baby, but still.
I don't know, he's about baby sized.
Oh. Yes, anyway, continue. We were talking about pets, so this is obviously the best time for the pet.
Of course. I opened the bag, making it deflate and slightly more painful to work with, and inserted the tongs. Delicately, so not to crush the crickets, I grabbed each one with the tongs and started counting slowly. Oh gosh. So I don't crush them or lose my place while counting, something I do struggle with, and drop each individually counted cricket into the cricket keeper. So after about 5 to 10 minutes at the counter, meticulously counting them with tongs and maybe deliberately taking a little bit longer than I had to out of spite. Me too. A line was building up behind the woman, and I was getting close to the end of my count. Eventually, I hit the grand total of what she paid for, 48. And wouldn't you believe it? There were 10 left over in the bag. Almost a whole extra free dozen she would have gotten had she not asked me to count. I said, oh, would you look at that? My mistake. You were right. I did miscount. I'll put these others back and ring you up for the 48. I'll be right back. And before she could protest, I wandered off to dump the last 10 back into the cricket container. When I came back to check her out, she was silent, not looking at me. Did her best to ignore the irritated looks of customers lining up behind her while I poured her 48 crickets back into the plastic bag. She paid, then slunk off sheepishly out the door without a thank you or a glance back. Then I got through the rest of the line quickly and apologized to the customers in the line. for the wait. I sent them home with some free samples, thanked them for their patience, and then continued along with my shift. She never complained, and she did return to the location several times after. She never asked anyone to count crickets again. Yeah. I. Yeah, I have to wonder, was she just having a bad day? Or do you think, like. Mm. Oh, where did you go? Your screen froze. Ah! Alright. 1 second, let me message him. Be like, hello. There we go. You're back.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yes.
Oh, that. Yes, yes.
What
Yes.
happened? Milo has pulled out the plug. Did he?
No. No, we're good. He's not done that. We're good.
Okay, cool. I was like, that would be so funny if he was underneath you, pulled the plug, and he was like, hold me, father.
I mean, look at that face.
I know. Sneaky little void. It would be
Sneaky.
okay.
Oh my god, I need to tell you the cutest story that like from this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, I normally like sleep on my side, and Milo will be the little spoon.
Oh.
So I'll like he will be curled up kind of like this, just on my like next to my chest, or
Yeah.
sometimes he'll sleep like here. But
Mhm.
so I was sleeping like this, my hands like this, yes, baby, and I woke up to him holding my hand.
Aw. That's so
He just
cute.
put in my hand, and I just woke up with him just like, "Good morning, father," and I was like,
Oh.
so
That's
yeah,
adorable.
he is adorable. He's my gorgeous baby.
Oh my gosh. What a cute little baby.
I know. I'm hoping that eventually at some point he'll like you can pick up him purring. He is purring, but like I don't think the
Right.
mic's picking him up.
You probably had to mess with the sensitivity, or you should just get him his own mic and like attach it to his bed.
That's an idea.
It is an
Anyway, I don't.
idea.
Yeah, that person was not the asshole, but
No.
that lady certainly was. And in terms of like her just having a bad day, if you're having a bad day, you just want to get your shit and get out.
Right.
You don't want to interact with people. You're just like, ugh, I just need to come in, get this thing, this amount, and leave. You're like, fuck this shit. So yeah, no, they were just
Right. That was.
yeah.
Someone really. Let's see.
Yeah.
Anyway, righty.
Anyway.
On to the next one.
Ooh,
Okay,
what
screen,
we got?
please cooperate with me. There we go. Oh gosh, okay. Um, Another Am I the Asshole? Alright, so again, verdict before we start. Am I the asshole for shutting off the home Wi Fi so my wife would stop working?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I, 35M, have been married to my wife, Jen, 30, for 3 years. Before that, we dated for 6 years. She is also 32 weeks, 8 months pregnant with twins. She's my best friend, and I absolutely adore her with one minor flaw. She is a huge workaholic and perfectionist. Interesting. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
exactly call that a flaw.
Yeah.
It's like, workaholics and perfectionists often have like they are the way they are because of how they grew up, or it's just because they like to work. Like, there are people who like to work. Like, I like to work. People find that weird, but I like to work. There's nothing wrong with that. While we
No.
both have well paying jobs, Jen's job is way more stressful and time demanding. Even though she is brilliant and amazing at what she does, she often works around the clock, on average 60-hour weeks at home and in office. Pregnant with twins and you're working 60-hour weeks? Holy shit, man. Wife's a
Okay, maybe he's
beast.
not so much the asshole anymore.
Right,
Now that I'm
wife's a
hearing the rest of
beast.
this.
Yeah, this
Yeah, like
wasn't a problem before, but about 2 weeks ago, her doctor told her to take a step back from work, go on leave early, because the stress was starting to cause her a couple of health issues, even though the babies are fine. However, being the workaholic that she has still been working from her laptop 6 to 8 hours every day, which, fine, I understand that she had a couple cases that she needed to finish, but most days she was so focused on work that she forgot to eat meals and falling asleep at her desk. So yesterday when I got home, I realized that she had done the same thing again. I woke her up and told her that she needed to go rest in bed. She insisted she was fine and said there was an emergency with a client of hers and she just needed to finalize some things for a coworker. I asked her just to take a break first and take a nap, eat. But she said that she would when she was done and it wouldn't take her more than an hour. I told her fine, but no longer than an hour, even though I was pretty annoyed.
mm,
I feel like his
yeah.
attitude toward this is like wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I understand being concerned for your wife and your
hmm
babies, but being like annoyed or angry or irritated is like the wrong way to
It's
go
not
about it.
it's the wrong energy to bring to this particular
Right.
like
Like, if you're
thing.
gonna bring something to the table, don't bring that.
Yeah.
you know?
Like
um,
I understand the concern, obviously,
right.
but bringing negative energy to it is not the right way to go about it. Like,
Right.
clearly, that's not going to work. Like, you need to approach this from an entirely different angle, um, to like kind of get her to listen, I guess. But obviously, it depends on the person. But
Right.
mm, the
Um,
vibes, I don't like the vibes. Like,
right. I don't
and
like the vibes.
also,
Honestly, I don't like the vibes coming off of either one of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, are the straights okay?
No.
No, the straights are never okay. They don't know how to communicate properly, so.
So 2 hours later, when she was still working, I became frustrated and unplugged the Wi-Fi and put the cable out of sight. The only purpose of this was to cut her off from work on her laptop because she clearly had no intention of stopping. Once she realized, she yelled at me, called me an asshole, and said that I was treating her like a child and accused me of being controlling, condescending, and borderline abusive. I don't think that. Okay. I told her that she is being stupid and just let the coworker that asked for help to handle it. I said that she was free to use the mobile hotspot on her phone or figure out the router herself, but otherwise I would plug it back in when I woke up, which I did. She was so mad that she slept in the guest room, and when I went to apologize the next morning for calling her stupid, not for cutting off the internet, she said that
Yeah.
she can't even look at me. She hasn't said another word to me yet. I'm starting to feel like I might have been a bit extreme, even if I only did it out of concern. But honestly, overdoing it by trying to meet deadlines that she's not even supposed to be responsible for, am I the asshole? I feel like,
That's, that's a difficult one
yeah,
because they are they're not the asshole for their intention. Their intention is not an
yeah, out
asshole
of
move. You're trying to look
concern,
at,
but
yeah, it's concern, and you're looking after your wife. You have quite pregnant wife
right,
who has been told by their doctor that they need to rest and to
right.
like
Like, there are
slow
so many
down.
ways that you could have helped knowing she's a workaholic. And I know, like, the last thing I guess this guy wants to do is, like, to fully accommodate her, which would make him an asshole in the sense, like, when my stepmother was pregnant, both times with my brothers, um, my father helped her set up, like, a home office in their living room. so that she was one closest to the Wi-Fi, had the fastest Wi-Fi, had the most comfortable chair in the house. She was right next to the kitchen. There's a bathroom like literally like not even down the hall. It's like right around the corner. Like she
Yeah.
was literally directly next to everything she needed, could move her stuff around as she needed to get everything she needed during the day. Like she's falling asleep at her desk. She's still like in her desk in her office.
Yeah.
And this guy's
Like,
like,
not
you just
even.
work too much. You need to rest.
And you're like, okay, give her the couch then, and
Right.
a comfy blanket, and put her laptop like
Right.
on a tray table.
They literally
Make
make tables for people who sit in comfortable chairs. Like his intention was good, but the way he went about it was really awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also updated. He put an edit in if you want to hear that too.
Okay.
So edit. So yeah, I wrote this thinking I would get 20 comments at most. Jen and I had a calm discussion about last night pretty much immediately after I posted. She called me on my shit, told me that I only stressed her out more by cutting the internet, something a lot of people pointed out. Yeah, yeah. And we both decided what we would respond if the other person was acting in a way that was harmful to our family, so that we would both feel respected. I apologized for calling her stupid, and she apologized for calling me abusive. As it turns out, neither of us meant the name calling. I promised to trust her judgment. She promised not to overdo it with work. I mentioned that we should go to therapy at least once before the boys are born, and she also thought it was a good idea. We made up, got burgers, and she passed it on the couch. There we go, the couch. Okay. But I do agree that I was in the wrong here, and I accept my "am I the asshole" judgment. It's deserved. That I am the asshole judgment. It's deserved, and I'm going to work on myself. Side note: it's horrifying that so many people were able to make out exactly what she does from what little I said about her job. She's a kick-ass attorney. Yeah.
Also, could we just please appreciate the fact that like this man was like, let's go to therapy. I will
Right.
work on myself. Like,
do you know how much it takes?
Yeah, Milo.
For people
Same.
to do that.
God, he's gonna go back to his bed. Cute.
Okay.
But yeah, like, how many men would just do that? Okay, he did not handle the situation as best as he could have at the time.
As cool and level-headed as he could have, but I mean,
yeah. The after point of it, yeah, you've learned. Like,
right. So initially, would we
you.
say he's the asshole?
Initially, the asshole, kind of went about the situation the wrong way. Just didn't think it through, like most men.
I'm just glad that he went back and was like, yeah, okay, I get it now. All right,
yeah,
cool.
like the fact that he's a good egg. He's learning. He's like a dog you've trained, but you know sometimes they still fuck up.
Right.
And he's definitely a better man than most, because many would have just left it at that and just been like, I was in the right. And just been like, I don't care that you've called me the asshole. Instead of going, okay, I've reflected on my actions. You're right. I was the asshole in that situation. I handled that poorly. I am going to fix my mistake and be better for my wife and our 2 twin boys who are going to be an absolute nightmare.
She's gonna be outnumbered in that house.
She's really outnumbered. Oh my god. Good thing she's an attorney and a pretty strong, independent woman to begin with, because she's gonna need it.
Oh yeah. Those arguing skills are gonna be top notch. Alrighty. You ready for another malicious compliance?
Ooh, yes.
Alright. Just undo that knot is the whole title. Ooh. I already feel like this does not bode well for whoever is being a dick in this story. Are you ready for this? Okay. When I was a teenager, I spent my summers visiting my mom on the other side of the country, and every other year, her mom, my Grammy, on the other side of the country. Grammy usually had some project that needed doing.
I'm sorry, can you start again? Because my brain just... my brain went to other places when you said not, and I'm like, oh, shit!
Oh! Wow! I can't believe you. Don't bring that into my comfy, cozy, good pagan stream.
I didn't mean to.
I was gonna say my good Christian stream, but then I realized neither one of us are Christians.
No. Good pagan stream.
God.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. No, Josie, I can't believe it. Naughty.
Okay. We're starting over again. I hate this here. Okay. When I was a teenager, I spent my summers visiting my mom on one side of the country. And every other year, her mom, my Grammy, on the other side of the country. Grammy usually had some project that needed doing, like cleaning gutters, fixing a fence, things like that. This story is from when she wanted some trees chopped down. As a teenager? Damn, man. Alright, whatever. Cool. Getting some life experience.
Yeah. I think
You're only making this worse, Dal.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. Volunteer trees, the kind that grow tall and fast but not thick, easily handled with a hacksaw or hatchet if one knows what they're doing. As will become apparent, I was not qualified for that description. Yeah, like I said, a teenager. Anyway, whatever. Whatever. Whew. Grammy hired a neighborhood teen to help out, and the two of us tackled the first and smallest of the 3 trees. This was when I learned that I was the most qualified of the 2 of us.
Oh, no.
That is not promising. None of this is promising at all.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was in charge of planning. Shockingly, the first tree went smoothly, and we learned how well we worked together. Second tree, no problems. We were feeling like we had a handle of things. We get to the third, and just like we did before, we tied a rope towards the top of the tree, tied it off to an old stump to guide the tree or prevent an accident, and got to work chopping into the trunk of the tree. We realized we had a problem when the rope went tight. Backing off to assess the situation, we were a little baffled how the tree started falling the way it did, but accepted that, if not for the rope, we would have dropped this tree on the nearby fence and Grammy's truck just beyond it. Yeah, see, they have a little bit of common sense. They're using the rope as a guide, and even though it didn't fall exactly the way they wanted to, if not for the rope, it would have crushed literally things they could not afford to pay for.
Yeah. Okay.
As we were discussing how to get the tree to fall the direction we wanted, oh no, Grammy came out to see what the holdup was. We get as far as pointing out the rope when she utters the line. Oh, I see the problem. You're using the wrong type of knot. You need a slip knot so you could tighten it up as you went. No, that's not the problem. The problem is, here, undo the knot. I'll show you how to tie a proper knot.
No, don't untie the knot.
Oh,
no, because then
this is Grammy telling him to untie
no.
it.
Oh no.
So this is not even her being an asshole. She's just trying to be helpful, and she doesn't realize what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh no.
Nothing we could say could dislodge that idea that we just needed a proper knot. So confirming that what happened next was directly Grammy's fault, we undid the knot that was holding up the whole tree. Grammy was halfway into the first step of whatever knot she wanted us to tie before she realized why we weren't listening to her. All 3 of us watched this tree fall, nice and slow, into the fence with a mighty crack. The trunk separated from the stump, and the tree continued tipping directly on the roof of Grammy's truck. Silence. Then finally realizing what we had tried to tell her, Grammy lets out a hearty laugh. Okay, I was wrong. Now finish the job and get the tree off my car. At least she didn't get angry at them.
What a legend of a grandmother, like...
Right? My grandmother would have killed me.
Okay, I see what you mean there. I should have listened.
Right.
Just get it off my tree. Like, get the tree off my car now, at least. Just being like...
Oh,
okay, yeah, no, that one was my fault. Whoopsie daisy. I mean, I guess when you get to that age, you've got enough life experience behind you that you're like,
you've seen a lot of it.
You've seen a lot.
Gosh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So no one's the asshole in that situation, but that was just malicious compliance. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think there is. Oh, petty revenge. This one's a pretty short one.
Okay.
Couldn't be happier. My athletically inclined niece wants to play ice hockey. Interesting. So this one's fairly short. My
Okay.
sister has always been a narcissist and controlling. I work for a university that has 8 women's teams ranked in the top 25. Oh, wow. And I've been
Damn.
taking her to in-season games. I'm assuming he's talking about his niece. About a
Yeah.
month ago, I took her to a women's ice hockey game with a free skate with the team afterwards. She really enjoyed the free skate and immediately fell in love with the goalie. Ever since the game, she's been begging her parents to let her play. Since ice hockey is an expensive sport, it makes me happier, even more so if she tends to goal. Hurt that bank account. Damn. Absolutely. I feel like this sounds like an American. I don't know why it
Or
sounds
is
American.
it? Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
Canadian?
It
Could be
might be Canadian,
Canadian.
but something on like Northern America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just makes me think of like the type of parents who are extremely controlling and narcissistic, who are also really controlling about money, and they're like, you have to act this way, you have to act that way, and it's like, yes, bitch, make that bank account hurt. Make her pay for your ice hockey lessons.
Hell yeah. You know what? They've got all that money. You have a good fucking childhood. Hell yeah, go do the things.
Absolutely.
It's not like they don't have the money to be able to afford to do that for you. Like,
Gosh. Right.
and at that point, why did you have the child in the first place if you're
Right.
not
If you're
like
not gonna support the child and their hopes and aspirations, especially in something as like headstrong and amazing, like just physically amazing, and like speaking of sports that have good futures in in college level, ice hockey
yeah,
is a
like
really good one.
and clearly your uncle has got like a shoe in to help you like
Right.
move your career up a bit even if you do go for it. So
Exactly. Nearly everyone these days is a nepotism, so who fucking cares?
yeah.
Get your ins where you get them.
Honestly, yeah,
That
because the
sounds
rest of the
so
world's
horrible
on
for me to
fire.
say out loud. It sounds so bad for me to say out loud. But I mean,
yeah, but yeah.
if there's anything I've learned from how fucking much I've struggled getting jobs and finding positions anywhere, if you have an in, fucking use it. Oh my god. Fucking use it.
Fucking use it.
Okay. Here's another malicious compliance. Want me to work on time? Of course. Alright, at my previous job, I always arrived about 10 to 15 minutes early to get settled in and get my computer up and running, get logged into all my mail and accounts, pull up all my tabs and whatnot. It took my computer about 10 minutes or so to boot up and get up to speed. Is this like... This was only posted 2 days ago, but this sounds like a really old computer.
Yeah, this sounds like we're in the 90s.
One morning, I arrived to work about 5 minutes early instead of my usual 10 minutes, and I guess I scuttled up the stairs to make sure I was up and running by 8. That is, to make sure I'm in the desk computer on at 7:55 at the latest. Not 10 minutes later, my boss's boss, not my direct supervisor, comes over and says he saw me jogging through the parking lot. He asked me, in that underhanded, confrontational way, when one knows the answer already, if I was late that morning. I explained, just as I have in this post, and he says, oh, okay, and that's it. I look at the clock, and it's 8:02, and I think to myself, oh, so that's what kind of person you are. Got it. If you want me to arrive on time, I will. From then on, I go about my business, still arriving at the usual 8:50 or so, but instead of setting up, I just set my stuff down and oh, what a nice morning outside. I think I might take a little walk around the office park for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Maybe I might go down to the lobby and get a cup of coffee or something. Maybe I might sit at my desk on my phone. After all, it's not technically business hours yet, right? Then exactly at 8, I'll turn everything on and let my computer spend the next 10 minutes booting up and getting logged in. I did the math. 2 minutes late would have costed the company 63 cents. I continued to do work there 6 more months before I got better salary jobs somewhere else, doing the same thing every morning. 10 minutes a day, 5 times a week for 6 months, that's over $400. Not a lot of money, really, but a hell of a lot more than 63 cents.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oof. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
I know that technically was not, like, asking, but not the asshole.
But not the asshole. Like,
right.
oh.
Yeah. It just reminded me,
Corporate
at
is
my
a
old
soul
job,
lit.
my boss asked me if I could come in, like, 15 to 20 minutes early to help set up, like, a salad bar, like, every day. And I'm like, well, then why
Are
don't
you
you
gonna pay
just...
me?
Right. And I'm like, well, why don't you just put, my work hours, like, 30 minutes earlier so that I can just come in.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you're supposed to be coming in at least 10 minutes early anyway. And I'm like, 10 minutes and 20 minutes, despite the fact that this doesn't seem like it, are drastically different things. Like, that's a whole, like, extra time that I have to... It like, because I lived, like, 15 to 30 minutes away, depending on traffic. So, like, I would have had to completely blocked out a different time to come into work. But,
Yep.
sure, whatever.
Sure. No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here. This one is a more discussion topic.
Okay.
All right. This is unpopular opinion. Life is better in every way when you ditch alcohol.
Okay.
Alright. I was never a problematic drinker, but always did used to enjoy the social perks I thought came with alcohol. As I've got older, I realized that a lot of these perks can be enjoyed without consuming overpriced poisonous liquid. I made the decision a while back to cut out alcohol altogether, and I found the following benefits. By the way, this is posted by someone called Pure Club. Sorry, I just, like, I have nothing against people not wanting to drink, either for health reasons or because they just don't find it entertaining or
Or
anything.
religion. But
Or
then
religion,
don't...
but I am surrounded by, like, there's someone in my workplace who swears they are better than everyone else because they don't drink alcohol. And these are the vibes that I'm getting off of this post. They're like, I used to
Yeah.
drink, but I don't drink anymore, and that makes me better, is the vibes. But I made the decision a while back to cut out alcohol altogether, and I found the following
Sure.
benefits. I can always drive if needed, which true, I guess. Soft drinks are cheaper and normally healthier. I would argue about the healthier part. Weight is easier
I
to
don't know.
manage.
I would say that whiskey's a pretty pretty
Well,
good.
not all of us are shooting whiskey, Hitsu. Sometimes
Why not?
alcohol is like, the inner cleansing. It's like rubbing alcohol for your skin, vodka for the inside.
Rubbing alcohol for the outside wounds and alcohol for the inside wounds.
Weight is easier to manage. I think that's what everyone's body type is different.
Yeah,
Like,
also
I
if you're
see
drinking
people
beer,
drink
then
all the
yeah.
time. I see people shove loads of junk food down their stomachs and never gain a fucking pound. If you just don't have the type of metabolism if you don't have a fast metabolism with something that breaks everything down faster, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna matter whether or not you really drink alcohol or not. There are plenty of people who don't drink and weigh a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think weight is really dependent. Especially if they were like, I was never a problematic drinker. Like, they were just a social drinker. If you're just a social drinker, I don't really think alcohol is dependent on a lot of these. Going
Yeah,
out
yeah,
costs
not really.
less. Which is true. Going out costs less if you're not buying alcohol. Um, they forgot how a hangover feels.
I
That's pretty.
mean, it sounds like this person was drinking to excess. Like
Right.
they were binge drinking, or if they were they were drinking far too much
Mm-hmm.
for them to have contributed to their weight that much and to
Right.
have had constant hangovers.
Right. Like
Like
I'm a
everything
social
in
drinker.
moderation.
Right. Like I'm a social drinker. I don't drink by myself. When I go out to restaurants, like if I'm treating myself or with just a friend, we don't really drink. The only time I drink is when I'm with my coworkers. Where every shift we get a free alcoholic beverage if you're over 21. And I don't even do that every time. I do it like maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't see
I,
really
yeah.
any of these issues as a social drinker. And even when we do go out to bars, I go out for maybe like one or two. That's like $10 every 2 weeks for me to go out and drink with them. That's really not.
Yeah, that's really not that
Yeah, they're
much.
like, I'm a social drinker, but you're right. This does sound like they were like excessively drinking.
Not unless they're British, in which case Britain's got a well different like viewpoint on drinking. It's to a terrifying
Yeah.
standard.
Another
Um
thing they said was my skin is better. I remember nights out more. Okay, no, they were
yeah, no, they were
if
I
you
hate to break
can't
it.
remember what you were doing that night, there is no way you were not a problematic drinker.
Yeah, it's like I
Goodness.
hate to break it to you, honey, but like you're right. Drinking was maybe not for you, but maybe don't shame others because you binge
Right.
drink and like were problematic with it. Like that's borderline alcoholism that you had there. So maybe it's a good thing that you're off
Mhm.
it.
Oh my
We
god.
haven't even got to how they were as a person. Like maybe they changed,
Right.
their mood changed entirely. They were a different person on
Oh yeah.
alcohol.
No, I've seen total like personality changes when people stop taking in addictive substances. Like
Yeah,
like everyone's like there's no way it changes a person that much and I'm like it does.
it
It
does.
does.
It does.
Oh my gosh. Um there's still three more reasons. We're not even through all the reasons yet. Inhibitions exist for a reason. I can control if I choose to loosen them. The peace of mind that comes from not regularly introducing an addictive substance into your body. Zero chance of things getting out of hand and me waking up with regrets.
Yeah, no,
Those
you were the problem. You were the problem. It's not everyone
those
else drink. It's not everybody drinking alcohol that's the problem. It's you and your relationship with alcohol. You were
yeah.
clearly an alcoholic.
Those are 10 benefits I found from quitting. I had to narrow them down as I can think of many more, but 10's a nice many more. 10's a nice
Many
round number.
more. What did
I'm
you? Ooh.
struggling to find a single benefit to being found by reintroducing alcohol to my life. Sobriety has many benefits. Consuming. So he started out by being like, I've never been a problem drinker. I just do it socially. And here he's talking about fucking like, I quit it and I'm sober. And I'm like, this. And then there's even an edit. He's like, there seems to be a lot of comments talking about how it's only binge drinking that's negative and that drinking in moderation is fine, which is an okay option. I'm just still unclear what advantage moderate drinking has over being teetotal. But like, I mean, this guy literally sounds like he had the biggest problem
Yeah.
before, and he's like, but that's just like social drinking. I'm like, that
But
is
that's like
more than social drinking, my dude.
I was like, ooh, no, that's so
Right.
here in the UK there is like this culture of I would say it's a certain type of like lads. It's not all of them, but there's a definite like culture of people going out, women too, and drinking until they're literally throwing up,
Ooh.
blackout drunk, and they do that every weekend.
Oh gosh.
Every weekend without fail.
Every weekend?
Every
I think I
weekend.
would die.
Uh so are they. They are dying. um and during this time, like certainly for the guys, like they will be having punch ups in the street kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's it's worse when the football's on.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Or you'll have
Sports are like
women
the
like,
recipe for people getting into fucking fights.
yeah, it's not good.
Mm.
Um, or you'll have like women who will be absolutely catatonic just on the pavement,
Oh, oh gosh.
and their friends are also just as bad as they are, and they're trying to
Right.
bundle their pal into a taxi. But they do this every
Everyone's leaning
weekend,
on
and
each
you're like,
other, trying to go up the stairs. It's
yeah,
a bad time.
yeah, and it's it's outside, certainly in Glasgow. It's outside certain clubs. It's not outside all of them. Like, if you're gonna go to like the queer clubs, or you're gonna go to like, well, some of the queers do have a bit of a problem, but that's a different story. The straights don't seem to be okay when it comes to drinking. I've seen it far more outside of Garage and outside Bamboo, which are like predominantly, heterosexual straight clubs, than I've ever seen it outside of the Cat House, which is like an alternative club, and it's like heavy rock music kind of
Mm-hmm.
place.
Yeah.
Um, and then you've got like the gay clubs in which you'll have a twink that forgot how to drink wine. Um,
That's been me. Okay, I've spent. You remember the first time you ever saw me drink, and I downed like a whole giant bottle of vodka with no chaser on my own,
yeah. Oh my
and I
god, you
was
freaked me the fuck out.
and I was fine. Blair, Hitsu, I can't even drink wine, like a glass of wine, without feeling it now. I drink
Damn.
so little now that I'm like, ooh.
Oh. See, no, I think that's because I grew up traveling to Europe an awful lot. So in
Yeah.
Europe, the drinking culture is entirely different.
Oh
Britain's
yeah.
just a weird one. It's a weird outlier in that in most of Europe, the drinking age tends to be about 16, and you
Yeah.
get taught to sit there with your parents and have a meal and have a beer or a glass of wine
Yeah.
with
Oh
your
yeah.
meal from a younger age, and taught to drink in moderation and to drink properly. And I'm not saying that
Yeah.
there's not binge drinking culture in Europe, but it's
But
not
alcohol
in
is
the
a
same way that it is
massive
here.
part of Europe. Their like history and their culture. Like there
Hmm.
was one thing I noticed when I went and I visited with my great grandmother. Was
Yes,
that
because you were
literally
obviously in the river cruise.
yes, that literally every single town we went to, even if
Hmm.
alcohol or wine or beer was not what they were known for, it was mentioned in every single historical speech we listened to.
Yep,
Alcohol had found some way into it. Like it's literally built and ingrained into so much of Europe. Like
so
it's
much.
crazy. It's crazy. And
It's yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's there's a lot of
like
alcohol to be had over there.
yeah, like one of Scotland's biggest exports is whiskey, and
Mhm.
there you can go on a literal whiskey distillery tour
Yeah, it makes me sad
where
that I don't
you
like dark
get.
liquor.
I wouldn't really call whiskey a dark liquor, but
I don't like.
sure.
Well, I can't. I know you wouldn't, and that's what's sad about me is that I can't handle it. That's how much I don't drink anymore.
That is that is very fair and valid. Don't worry, we will get you some non-alcoholic beers so you can you can have the joy of the really nice tasting stuff. It's like, because
Right, just
most
don't tell anyone. My acting skills are perfect. I'll blend in perfectly.
no, please don't. Please just act sober. We're okay.
Right, if anything, I'll just be the DD like I am for my other friends here in America. But I enjoy being the DD. It's a
I
lot of
mean,
fun. I get to take videos of everyone and then show them afterwards.
yes. I've seen some of your videos that you put up on
Oh my
Snapchat of like everyone, and I'm
gosh.
like, oh my god.
Did you? I don't know if you saw, not this past New Year's. Yes, what a tasty alcoholic beverage. Look, listen. Maybe if I hung out more with my coworkers who drank, but it just doesn't happen anymore. It just doesn't interest me the way it used to. Like I still enjoy alcohol. There, like when I have it with food, like I allow people to tell me like, "Hey, this tastes really good with this food. You should try it." And I'm like, "Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely." But if I'm going out to treat myself or it's just like a dinner, I'm not gonna go out of my way to drink alcohol. It's a delightful, normal human drink. Yes, tasty. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah. But
god.
not last New Year's. No, not this past New Year's, but the New Year's before, like
Yeah.
2022. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Ashley and I went to a friend's house to party. I don't know if you remember the Snapchats and the videos from that year, but we went so crazy. And I want you to understand that the both of us did not drink for 4 to 5 months after we went to this party. It was so bad.
I think I vaguely remember it.
one
Like
thing that
seeing
you
some of it.
one thing that you did not see
Oh
from that
no.
party was we had a game that we were playing, and it was you would turn around and they would mix a drink from the various bottles of alcohol, and you had to guess what was in the shot. I played that game maybe 10 times and did not get a single one wrong. And Ashley only played it like 4 or 5. But she's a lot smaller than me. She's tiny, so she
Yeah,
was
she is.
wasted, like completely and totally wasted.
She
And
was pure white girl wasted. I did
oh
see some of
yes,
those
she
Snapchats and I was
had.
like, Ashley is gone.
Oh
She's
yes,
not on this planet anymore.
she's gone. I was gone. Like Ashley
You
had like a White Claw. We both had champagne. We had all these shots. I had a
There
couple
was your
mixed
mistake.
drinks. Ooh.
There was your mistake. You mixed champagne with anything. Like you
So
so
much, so much.
the hard and fast rules that come with most drinking is that
Yes.
if you're gonna start with spirits, you stick with spirits and you don't fucking deviate from the
Yeah.
spirits. Um,
We
if you
deviated
st-
a lot.
if you start with wine, you stick with the wine and you
Hmm.
maybe have like a beer
Yeah. Yeah.
as
You know,
well.
we
Like
didn't
you,
we didn't stick to any of those rules at all. We got proper wasted. And
soon as you mix,
uh-huh.
that's you. You're gone.
Yeah. But so the funniest thing is because most of this I couldn't catch on camera, obviously because one, I was drunk, and two, I was trying to help take care of her because I had no idea what to fucking do. So at first we were like, we're not gonna drink that much. We'll drive home because we've got stuff to do the next day. We did not drive home. We ended up staying in their spare room because both of us no condition to go any fucking where. We
Yeah,
get to,
there's no condition to drive as well. Like,
we
please
get
don't.
to the spare room and I finally get her up on the bed and it's like, okay, and then I settle on the floor and I'm like, I am burning up at this point. Like I am so warm. And they're like, "Do you want a blanket?" And I'm like, "No. If you put one on me, I'm going to sweat so much I'll dehydrate." They're like, "Okay, okay." And she wakes up and she's like, "River." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I can't sleep with my contacts in." And so I'm going around the house. Nobody else in this house is wearing contacts. And so I'm like, what am I supposed to put her contacts in, guys? And the host, who is also very fucking drunk, she's like, "I've got some eye drops." So, me being the dumbass I was while drunk, I got a bowl, like a plastic bowl, no cover, just a bowl, and squeezed the entire bottle of eye drops into this bowl. I go back to the bedroom. I pick her up off the bed and get her on the floor so she can see herself in front of like the floor length mirror. She takes out her contacts, no problem, drops them right into the bowl. I set them next to the mirror, drag her ass back up into the bed, and then we both collapse onto the floor and pass out.
Well, at least she took the contacts out.
Right, but she could have slept with them in. She slept with her contacts in before, but I guess that night while she was drunk, she's like, "Nope, can't do it."
No, she was like, mm-mm. That's wow.
Yeah, and then the next morning,
Wow.
I got up and I saw the bowl and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I looked in and it just shriveled contacts in the bowl. Because obviously, eye drops and contact solution are not the same thing, and I didn't even cover the bowl. Like, it was just an open bowl of eye drops.
You know what the thing is that I know that that's bad, and you must have been so far gone because you're someone who actually wears like contacts for cosplay.
I
So
do.
you are no stranger to contacts at all.
I
So the
am
fact
not.
that just like you were gone.
Oh my gosh, we were both so
Absolutely.
gone.
You would have been fucking better putting them in the bloody water at that point.
We really, yeah, we
Yeah.
really would have. It was, whew, that was something.
It'd have
Oh
been
my
a
gosh.
spicy time to put them back in again. I fucking went and
She
put them
didn't.
back
She
in.
was still drunk the next morning when she woke up.
Yeah.
Like, I literally carried her to her car because I was sober. Like, I was sober. I was fine. I didn't have a headache or anything, surprisingly. I was just sore, which I was expecting because I literally heaved an entire person up and down from the floor while I was drunk like 2 or 3
Yeah.
times. And so I drove her back to her house because I was like, she'll sober up on the drive back and then she'll take me back to my house because I hadn't driven my car. Like, she had picked me up from my place when we had gone over there. And I waited
Yeah.
for like 2 hours and her mom's like, why don't you just take the car and then we'll come pick it up from your place? I'm like, okay. Yeah, as she is like dry heaving in the background. Oh my gosh. But neither, like, I tried to drink after that. Like, I just had like one little fruity mixed drink and that it was so bad, like my whole body rejected it. I could not even put it in my mouth. The smell was awful. You know. So
Wow.
New Year's, like a year ago, really changed me. I was traumatized from that for a while.
Yeah. I think that would have traumatized anyone. Holy shit.
Right.
I mean, on the bright side, you were in a house and
Mm-hmm.
like the situation could have been way worse.
Right. We
Let's
could
be
have been
honest.
like downtown. We could have been in public.
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
would have been
That had
real
been an
bad.
entirely different story you would have been telling me. And no.
I woke up in a bush. I have no idea where Ashley was. Yeah, no, it could have been a
Yeah.
whole different story. A whole
I
different
lost
story.
my phone.
Right.
Like,
Oh, I have more stories of me being the DD and my friends being fucking drunk if you want to hear it.
Is that what the stream? I don't know. We've got some folk in the stream. What do they want to hear?
Right, what do you guys want to hear more drunk stories of my friends being completely white girl wasted, or do you want us to keep reading more Reddit stories? Let me see, can I make a poll?
Wait, is there white girl wasted like Reddit stories?
Probably. Let me see.
Probably, there has to be.
Let's see. R slash. Let me do an actual like. No, there's not. There's like a small little community and it's got like 5 members and they did not actually post anything. Damn.
Oh, what? I'm shocked at that one.
Same. I'm very shocked.
Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit, come on. White girl wasted. Let's go.
Like, yeah. Wait, what? Oh my god, I've got a brilliant one. What about also, hi Hoosie, thank you. Like, I'm so glad that we're making sure that you don't fall asleep on your way home. I'm
Oh my
sorry
gosh.
work made you drive all the way to England.
Oh my gosh.
So hope you're having fun and you make it across the border and bagpipes will play. Holy
Oh my
shit.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I do have more Am I the Asshole and Malicious Compliance if you want them. Oh, I actually have another discussion topic for unpopular opinion.
Ooh, let's go for that.
So I think this is America
This is
United
America.
States. Because death penalty. This one deals with the death penalty.
Oh, ooh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
no, but
wow.
it's a really interesting point, and also
I'm
slightly
I'm
inhumane. But the death penalty is also inhumane. Instead of death penalty, prisoners should be given the choice of being a lab rat, whereas the other choice would be the death penalty. So you either become a lab rat for human science or you death penalty. I thought that was really weird and like such a like who thinks about this stuff? Obviously this person. But like, but it also has 246 comments. So like this is not just like a small discussion. Someone said SCP Foundation has entered the chat.
Oh my god, no, not this, like, what containment, what are they again? Special program containment
Oh my gosh.
creature, like basically just like cryptic creatures and that.
Right. I'm scrolling through um the comments, and people seem to be very like, they're like, well, prisoners shouldn't have to go through that, and this is specifically for people who have literally committed crimes so bad that they're being put to death.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't trust, honestly, I would not trust the American prison system enough to enlist this type of thing, because they would just lie to people. They really would just lie to people. Like,
I
our
mean,
prison
but
system
just
is
if they're not
awful.
already lying to people about multiple other things right
Right.
now.
Like, it's like the prison system is just a giant corporation.
It
And
really,
that's awful.
I'm
And
sorry, all of America,
for them to
America's
introduce
a
more
corporation.
corporation to it would literally just make the problem worse. So, yeah. That's
Yeah.
I saw that one and I'm like, that's really weird. 13 hours ago. Someone posted this 13 hours ago and it already has 246 comments.
What? Wow.
Right.
Okay. Um.
But
Also,
also, I
Who's
think that would
telling
be
me
a
I'm a
fate
shite
worse.
bag for not looking at this video? So apparently, I've got to go watch a video
Okay,
of them
there's an
crossing the
episode of
border.
Black Mirror about this. Go watch. Says Dal. I bet there is an episode of Black Mirror about this.
Oh yeah, there will be.
There will be, or there already is.
Both.
See, not the a-hole. Oh. There's so many weird Am I the Asshole. What are you? Oh, I'm so worried now. You have to send me the video as well. I'm so worried. What are you looking at?
My friend crossing the border. I would like to point out that this is what most Scottish people are like.
Oh gosh. Oh
Whenever we cross
gosh.
the border, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm gonna like my mic will be able to hear this, but let's just go for it.
What the hell?
It's the Scottish border sign. I would like to.
Oh my gosh.
So that big cross that you see
Yeah.
is the border sign for when you go and you pass to get into Scotland.
That looks so much like when you cross over state lines in America, they have giant signs that say what state you're in.
Yeah, so it's like that, and obviously it says "Welcome to Scotland," and then like in Gaelic, "Welcome to Scotland" as well. And typically, if you're driving, you'll play like a very typical stereotypical Scottish song and scream along to it and shout freedom as you cross the border.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my
so the fact
gosh.
that my friends just said that them literally doing that,
That's hilarious.
Susie, I'm saving that. It will forever be on my phone. I love that. Thank you.
Ooh. Do you want to see the Am I the Asshole where the community decided collectively that everyone sucks?
Ooh.
Okay,
You know it's
okay.
bad when they've done that, and that's
Right, where
coming
everyone's
from
like, everyone
Reddit.
sucks. Sorry, guys. Okay,
Okay, let's
ready?
go. Are we
Am
gonna
I
pick
the
one?
asshole for not buying my wife and kids the good donuts anymore? And
Yes.
keeping in mind that everyone said everyone sucks, I'm like, man, the wife and kids must have done something like
Well,
awful.
like, what did the wife and children do? Like,
Right, right. Like, how bad could.
how
Good
how
night.
bad
Thank
was
you for
it?
hanging out with us. This is relevant. There is a very funny, incredibly offensive movie called Tropic Thunder. Within that movie, there is another called Simple Jack. As a treat, every once in a while, I go to Little Italy and go to a very specific bakery that makes the most amazing donuts. Okay, I know he
What?
said that it's relevant, but it doesn't feel relevant. They aren't crazy expensive. I will buy a dozen and bring them home for my family. Me, my wife, and 2 kids. 4 people, 12 donuts, 3 donuts each. Simple, fair. And for some reason, my son, 7, cannot understand that donuts with no hole in the middle are the ones with the filling. Since he loves the ones with filling, he will take bites out of a few until he finds the one he wants. Yes, we've had him tested. No, he isn't special. Oh
Oh,
my
oh,
god.
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Whoa, okay.
whoa. Oh, okay.
I
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Now I see where everyone's bad.
I have tried
Mmm.
everything. I've tried reasoning with him. I've tried getting upset with him, but his mom steps in right away if I do that. I've tried just bringing home 4 donuts. They all get upset. Up, okay. I tried making a family trip to that bakery so everyone could pick their own donuts. That worked. But then they all complained about having to leave the house and drive 45 minutes each way to get donuts. So now I don't bother, and they're all upset because I don't bring home donuts anymore. I feel a little badly for my daughter. It's not her fault her brother cannot comprehend a fairly simple concept. I mean, yeah, that is a fairly simple concept,
Yeah.
but damn, man. Also,
Just
how is
just take
Tropic
the
Thunder
daughter.
relevant? Where did this up here up top explaining this fucking movie be relevant? Because none of this feels relevant at all. Anyway, but yeah, no, everyone here sucks. The hell?
Take your daughter for donuts.
Yeah, take your daughter for donuts.
Just
Fuck
take your
everyone
daughter for
else.
donuts. Yeah, literally, fuck everyone else. Just take the good child for donuts.
Right.
Because
Like,
clearly, if she's dealing with her fucking brother all the time,
right.
that poor child needs one.
My god. My god.
Am I the asshole for saying that? No, I don't think so. Like sometimes the other child needs like just some alone time with one parent.
Right.
And I feel like just going off to go get a donut that is something that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's nothing wrong with one-on-one time with your children. There really is
there's
not.
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right? You don't have to
It's a
do
bit
everything as
sad
a
that it's
family.
because of your brother's a stupid, but like,
Because the brother just and I'm sorry to say this, but this goes back to the conversation of like people letting quotation mark boys be boys.
yeah,
The mother refuses to like back the father and like be like, "Hey, don't do that. You're literally ruining the donuts for everyone else." Like it's not even about like y'all share the same DNA, it shouldn't matter. It's a thing like, are you gonna let him go into the world later and be like, I'm gonna take a bite of everyone's food because I don't know which one is mine? Like total
yeah,
strangers. Like he
yeah.
will get the shit kicked out of him later in life if you don't tell him not to do it now. Like boundaries have to be made, whether it be with your family or with other people.
I like it. We both knew where that sound was going
Right.
because we're like, there's boundaries on many other things, but
Right, like
no, we're not gonna talk about that.
Reddit is right. Everyone is the asshole here, except for that little girl. Everyone except for
Except,
the little girl.
I
she,
feel so
she
sorry for
didn't do
her.
anything wrong. But everyone else sucks. Okay.
Everyone else sucks, but that poor child needs a donut.
Oh, I
One that's
know.
not been fucking bitten into.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right. All right. What next? Let's see. What else is there? Ooh. I feel like this is not an unpopular opinion. This is an opinion that I have, especially living in the South. Most people with
Okay.
large SUVs and trucks never utilize them and are a nuisance.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm not even going to read the rest of this explanation. Just yes.
Just yes.
Yeah.
Some of the people here that have big SUVs and Land Rovers are wags, as we call them.
Wags?
Yeah, wags. So they're
Okay.
the wives and girlfriends of footballers.
Oh, okay. Wags. I get it now.
Hey.
I hate it. Okay.
I'm sorry. Who's having a chat with me at the moment and just pointing out people that we know that own big SUVs that would never actually use them
Oh
for
my
what
gosh.
they're for.
Oh my gosh.
But you're entirely right. You are so right, because I could never imagine that person doing anything like that with that
Right.
particular car.
And I do know people who have big trucks and SUVs who actually use them. And then I also know people who don't. Like, I went to high school with a guy who had like a Humvee in high school. A
Why?
massive box truck, horrible on fucking gas. And he drove it every single day. And I'm like, that thing is so ugly. Oh my
Why
gosh.
would you do that?
Who buys their kid a Humvee?
Who has the money and
Right.
so what
Oh my
a
gosh. Well, this
Humvee
was
in
like
the
4 or 5 years ago when before the pandemic, when people still had money. So, well, people still have money now, but like still, like you get what I mean.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Humvees, like we use like stretch limo Humvees as a fucking novelty over
Yeah.
here. They're like
No,
they're
his
used for hen parties or like
his was the only one that I've seen as a normal one is a normal vehicle, two that wasn't part of a limo service or some
mm,
sort of like military service.
oh
Like
dear.
his is the only civilian Humvee I've ever seen, which I didn't even know they made them for civilians, if I'm being honest. I thought they were strictly like a party bus type deal or
Yeah.
for military use. So like just crazy. Just crazy
Are you
to
sure
me.
you didn't get it like it's an X fucking party bus or
No,
like
it was like
military?
the length of a normal car, had only 4 seats, like, and they were massive. I mean, like, it was wide as a fucking bus. Barely, like, perfectly fit into the parking space. If you fucked up, you fucked up. Like, you turn a little bit too much, it is over for the cars next to you. He had to wait for the people next to him in the parking spots to leave so he could leave. I mean, that's how ridiculously big this car was.
That's so pointless to have
I
as a
know.
vehicle.
I know. I don't understand. But you know what? Teenagers. Teenagers and teenagers with money get whatever they want. So if he wanted a Humvee, he gets a Humvee, I guess. Even if it's totally impractical, really awful on gas, and hideous to look at.
Okay, so he's just told me a very fun fact.
Yeah.
Apparently, the only reason that they started making civilian models of Humvees is because Arnold Schwarzenegger requested them.
You know what? I fucking believe it. I fucking believe it. That makes sense, unfortunately.
It does. Like, I mean, wasn't he the mayor of Florida?
Hell if I
Am
know.
I? Or was it
So much
California? I don't know.
wild shit goes on in Florida. You could say anything and I would believe you, okay, if it was about Florida.
Oh, wait, hold on. Have you never played the Florida Man game?
No.
Okay, so it's where you let your predictive text type out something and then you add Florida Man to it and see if it's a real
Oh
thing to see
my
if it's
gosh.
actually happened. Another one is to search up your birthday and then add Florida Man to it and then
Oh
see
my.
what wild shit happened
Let me
on your
see this.
birthday.
1 second, I've gotta do my birthday real quick. I don't
Right.
have predictive text on here on my computer.
Apparently he was the governor of California, so
Okay.
at one point, which is insane to think.
Oh my gosh. What
That man
happened
was
on my
making
birthday?
decisions.
Apparently on my birthday, the Florida man shot at roommate over cat hair on couch.
Oh my god, what?
I don't know, but you know what? That's all I need to see of that trend.
It's just... Oh my god, it's such an old trend though. Hold on, I'm gonna
It
search
is
up
such an
mine.
old. I've never even heard of that. Actually, I have heard of that, but I just isn't one of those things that I never did because I didn't have a computer till literally last year. Oh my goodness.
What is mine? Oh my... No!
What? What? What?
No!
What?
No! You're gonna be kidding me.
What? 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 Is it bad? Is it really bad? Is it something you can't even say on stream?
No, I can say it on stream, I just need to stop laughing.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, if it's that bad, fuck.
Okay. Florida man sentenced in egg smuggling case.
Oh my gosh.
A Florida man has been sentenced to 21 months imprisonment for smuggling Australian cockatoo eggs into the United States.
What?
Department of Justice announced today.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
The eggs, whose importation is prohibited under US law, were worth 603,000 after hatching into birds.
Oh my gosh. Bro, that's wild. That's wild as fuck. Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow. Mm. Mm.
that's something.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
What other? Do you just want to
What's
hear?
today's?
Today
What's
is
to
the 3rd for me, anyway. I don't know what time it is for you over there.
Well, it's honestly we started talking about really weird shit as soon as it hit after midnight here.
That's
So
funny. That's really funny. Perfect timing. Do you want to hear
perfect
something else
timing.
really weird?
Mm-hmm.
It's another unpopular Reddit opinion.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I need you to brace yourself. I mean, like, really fully brace yourself.
Oh, no.
Blood Reaver Bob says, I like taking shits when it's really hot. He says, I had an epiphany last summer when the AC broke and I realized there's nothing better than sweating when you shit. And he goes on to say, allow me to persuade you. And he has 2 points, 2 major points. Would you like to hear them?
Sure, I guess.
I really... Firstly, this is just so fucking funny. There's just something more satisfying completing a dong than when you're sweating while doing it. It really feels like you've earned the struggle when you're done. Like you've won a trophy after a marathon. Go look down proudly at your creation compared to taking a standard pace, leisurely cooled shit where you just get up and wipe going about your day. Secondly, there are definite upsides to shitting while your asshole is sweating. It comes out a lot easier, really helps slide out the ones with the weird bumps where you feel it hurting a bit. And don't forget, you won't need to wipe 10 times until toilet paper is clean because it's so wet down there 3 times max and you're ready to go. Oh my gosh. This sounds like my dad. I'm gonna be honest. I know he doesn't have Reddit, but this sounds like some stupid shit he would say. Just at the dinner table because he thinks it's information that he should share. And he goes on to say this isn't a troll post. Oh my god. It's vastly superior, and I'll fight anyone who says otherwise, he says. How many comments are on this? Someone says this post is insane, just get a bidet. Someone says human beings were a fucking mistake. What is wrong with you? No, someone says you have persuaded me. I'm buying a heater for my bathroom. Oh my gosh, why? That was on
He's agreeing. No.
r/unpopular opinion is what that one was on. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how to feel about that one either. Like, that was funny. I laughed my ass off, but at the end of that, like, how am I supposed to feel about that post? What the fuck?
I'm still recovering from the fact that I found out on TikTok that several men do not know how to wipe their own arses to begin with. So
yes.
At least this man's doing better than some of them.
Right, at least he has confirmed for us that he does in fact wipe.
You're entirely right. Bidets are good for after the sense, not before. It's very out of context. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I think people can already make their own assumptions on how familiar I am with certain things, but I'm gonna.
I mean, if you want to elaborate, I'm kidding. Okay, you don't have to.
No.
That's a conversation for a different streaming service.
That's a different.
I'm sorry. I feel I had the opportunity and I never make jokes.
That's fair. So anytime that you do make a slightly suggestive innuendo or dirty joke, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Because there's straight up like, yep, I'm just a tiny bean, a cheese toasty. Nothing inherently dirty about this.
No, not at all.
Oh gosh. Alright. I have more stories. Do you want one?
Let's go for it.
Let's see.
I'm
trying to think which one to pick because I still have so many, but I also don't want to I don't want to bore everyone all night long. All right. Let's see.
If not, we are getting some fucking brilliant clips out of these. It's gonna
Oh
be
yes.
hilarious to clip all of them.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, this is really fucking long. I don't want to read that one.
Okay.
Um. Ooh. Okay.
I don't
Here.
know whether I think I might have frozen on stream, and the look that's left on my face is quite hilarious.
You're doing fine on my stream. I think it reloaded.
Oh, that'll be it.
Yeah, there we go. But
Oh
yeah,
yes, I've reloaded. We're fine.
a
But
couple of times that you have frozen, it's been very hilarious.
love that. I mean, that's the entire reason that we set this up in the first place, was to watch my reaction to things, because I react
Right.
interestingly.
Okay, let's see. Am I the asshole for missing my surprise birthday party?
I mean, you didn't know it was happening, so.
Right, right.
Uh,
That's a weird one. Okay. None of my family, stepbrother, stepmother, and dad mentioned that it was my birthday and ignored me more than usual, so I just went out to hang out with some friends, muting my phone out of anger. As I would too. It was dark by the time
yeah.
I got back, and inside I saw the house was decorated with party stuff and there was a cake on the table. I asked what was going on, and my dad told me it was my surprise birthday party, but everyone had already left. Now everyone's pissed at me. Am I the asshole for this?
No, because
Right.
it's a surprise party. The
Typically,
person you're throwing the surprise party for doesn't know it's happening.
right.
So maybe you should have collaborated with someone else to bring said human being back to the house again,
Right.
so that you could
Usually
go surprise.
usually when like I've helped people throw surprise parties and it's my job to like distract them or get them back, like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, let's go eat dinner somewhere for your birthday, like somewhere like sort of like the that the two of us like don't make it
Mm-hmm.
too fancy or anything, or they might be disappointed that they're not going to the fancy place. But like
Yeah.
let's just spend some quality time together. But oh, can we go back to the house first so that I can pick up some stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to have someone to actually get the person back.
Yeah,
But the
because if
fact that
not,
they
it's
said
that
that
person's birthday, so they're gonna go make their own plans.
right, but the fact that they said that no one mentioned it was their birthday and they ignored them more than usual? More than usual?
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
There's an edit that said I probably should have added that my family didn't just expect me to go home at the right time. They had called and messaged, but I didn't see because I had my phone muted. Which I mean, I would have had my phone muted too. The last thing
Yeah.
I want to see is like especially like if my close family forgot it was my birthday, the last thing I really want to see is a bunch of other people like online being like, oh, happy birthday and stuff. Like, why can people so far away from me remember my birthday when my closest family can't? Like, that stings
Yeah.
stings so fucking hard. Yeah. So
Yeah. As a December baby, I feel that
mm,
so
mm.
fucking hard. Like, my birthday's 2 days after Christmas.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh.
I
Yeah,
feel that. I really feel that.
not the asshole.
Um, Definitely not the asshole,
Right.
because that's exactly what I would have done. Like, I'd have been like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna go make my own plans, and
Right.
I'm gonna go treat myself. I'd have been like, I'm taking myself out instead. I will go
Right.
have a party of one. I'll feel fucking sad later and cry into like a pint of ice cream, but
Right. But for
like I'm gonna,
now, we're
but
gonna
for
go
now,
out. Have
I'm gonna
some
go
fucking
shopping.
fun.
I'm gonna have some sushi. I might
Oh,
book myself in for a spa day. Like that's
yes.
okay. Like that's the shit I do. Or I tend to go to the Iron Brew Carnival because I fucking love like
I've
carnivals
never had
and
Iron
shit
Brew.
and rides.
You should send me
I
some.
I am gonna. Well, funnily enough, I do have a package sitting there. I just you're so the US is really wooby with their customs of sending food.
They are. They're extremely fucking weird.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I'm trying to figure my way out round that one so that I can actually send you my
Or
care
I
package
will
for you.
just have to save up enough money to come visit you.
Oh no.
And then I'll just drink a whole package. Be like, I have to get my fill now before I go back to America.
A whole packet. It's like you. I don't know how you're gonna feel when you taste Iron Brew for the first time.
I'll probably feel like shit, but it's okay.
No, you won't feel like shit. You'll just be very confused by the flavor.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
I honestly
good
have no idea what to expect because it's called Iron Brew, but it looks like it should taste like butterscotch.
Why is your butterscotch orange?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know why our butterscotch is orange, but that's what the color looks like. It looks like orange or like cream soda type shit.
Your creams.
Our cream soda is not orange, but like are the most commonly bought brand of cream soda in America is like the one that comes in the orange bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's just what it makes me think of. Cream soda is not actually orange.
Okay, I was a bit worried there.
No.
No, I would say the color of butterscotch is currently what the background is for the Twitch stream.
Gotcha.
Right now.
Yeah, the butterscotch here in America is a little more like think the color of my character's hair, of ItsCheeseToasty's hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, that doesn't look appealing at all. Okay, so I'm introducing you to like Scottish Angel Delight as well.
Please.
I'm introducing you to Angel Delight, like.
Guys, get ready. My first ever face reveal on the stream will be at Hitsu's house, where we will be trying Scottish snacks and drinks that I have never... And I will bring over American versions so that we can compare.
Yes! Oh
yes.
my god.
First ever face reveal. I don't know how long it'll be, but that's when it'll happen. I promise you that.
Yeah, it will happen.
It will happen. Just not anytime soon, but it'll happen. That'll be our goal. That'll be our goal.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what horrendous curse stories have we got?
Okay, I have some that might. Let's see. Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend boring? Yes. Yes.
Yes, bitch, yes.
Okay, so he is 29 and male, and his girlfriend is 25 and female.
Why are you dating her then if you think she's boring?
Right, bro, what?
Bro.
I don't understand. Anyway, on to the story. My girlfriend and I have been together for a little over 5 years. She's rather introverted and doesn't drink or enjoy going out. She'd rather stay in and watch a movie or go to a nice dinner. I don't mind doing this sometimes, but sometimes I feel like it would be nice to have some drinks with my girlfriend. It feels like all she does is go to work on her dissertation, go to the gym, and sleep. Man, some people would love to have a fucking girlfriend like this. I don't know what...
Yeah.
The other night, I convinced her to go out to some bars. After a while, she agreed, but said she was tired from work and school. Yeah, she's working and going to school full-time. I was fucking tired when I worked and went to school full-time. I didn't drink or go out to bars until after I graduated college.
I mean...
Because...
Yeah.
Yeah, like... The last thing I want to do after being surrounded by a bunch of people I don't want to be around is go to a bar and be surrounded by a bunch of people I don't want to be around.
Add alcohol to the mix and make them infinitely more annoying.
I just want to say, drunk or sober, I've never gone out without anyone pouring their drink down my back. It's happened every single time I've gone out. Every single time.
I think someone's put a curse on you at that point.
Fucking real. So, like... I just... Going out...
I'd be pissed. I would be so pissed.
I was. Because, it gets really hot and sweaty in those clubs. The last thing I want to feel is ice cold alcohol going down my back. Because, at first I'm like, oh, it's cold. And then I'm like, it's sticky. And I smell like fucking alcohol now. It's gross. Yeah. Okay,
And
after all
then you have
she
to say to people, no, it's not me. Someone spilled a drink on me. I didn't spill the drink.
right.
So,
Yeah, yeah, that shit. Especially like in my car, I keep extra towels in my car. I don't care. But other people do not. And if we've taken someone else's vehicle, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other night, I convinced her to go out to some bars. After a while, she agreed, but said she was tired from work and school, so she only wanted to go out for a little while. I was fine with this, but the entire time we were out, she was entirely sober, acting pissed off, and it was honestly no fun to be around. I got annoyed and told her her energy was bad, and she said it was just because she was tired, but she was enjoying the music. It didn't look like it at all. We left after a couple hours. Normally, when I'm with friends, I stay out until 2 to 3 a.m., which I mean is normal for most people.
Yeah.
The next morning, I brought up how she was acting and suggested next time we go out that she has just one drink to loosen up a bit and maybe it'll be more fun for her. I also said that I feel weird being the only one getting drunk and it sucks drinking alone. So who's driving you? Maybe do you think perhaps that you drinking as much as you drink makes her feel like she shouldn't? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. She disagreed and got mad at me, saying that I need to grow up and that drinking and partying aren't everything. I'll admit that I've gone overboard going out with friends in the past, and it's led to arguments that I regrettably don't remember. But I've depressed and gone and going out is one thing that makes me but I've been depressed and going out is one thing that makes me feel better. So he's self-medicating and then making it
Mm.
her problem. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that
Yeah. Honestly, if I were her, I'd be like, bye, bitch.
right? I jokingly asked her when she
She
got so
she deserves
boring.
better.
Oh my gosh.
She's not boring. You're just an
Right.
asshole.
Oh my god. Go to therapy. What
Go
the
to
fuck?
therapy.
Oh my god. Okay. I jokingly asked when she got so boring, and she snapped at me saying that she would rather save up for a nice vacation or go to a music festival slash concerts or a nice expensive dinner. As
So
would
she's not
I.
boring.
No, she's
She's
not
not fucking
boring.
boring. She's
She
clearly
obviously
saving up her.
has. So she obviously has interests, and he just
Mhm.
doesn't seem to care enough to actually see them.
Wow.
Because I mean, if he did pay attention, he would know that she would love to go to music festivals or concerts, which are exciting, which involve alcohol sometimes. Maybe it's not even that she doesn't like to get drunk. Maybe a bar just isn't her scene, cuz bars are not for everyone. They really
No, I
aren't.
I don't I don't particularly enjoy bars. I don't mind certain ones, but sometimes bars, if they're too loud and too noisy, they
Mhm.
like set me off on another fucking plane of existence, and I'm
Right.
like, this is meant to be the start of the night before I then move on to like an even louder, noisier,
Right.
crowded place with more music and more lights. And I'm just like, now it's kind of ruined the vibe for me to be able to like go to the next venue. So I need to spend about
Yeah.
20 minutes outside being like, and I
Right,
need
it's overstimulating.
calm. It is, it's so overstimulating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fortunate enough that the clubs that I do frequent, I've the bouncers now know me and being like, ah yes, this one, go sit in your timeout stairs across this across the street while you like don't have so that you don't have an autistic meltdown. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
thank
god.
you.
Go sit
And then
across
I
the
come back
street.
and I'm like, time to party again, let's go. And
Right.
so yeah, but it's like going to bars
Mhm.
are not intrinsically very interesting. The things that
Right.
make going to bars interesting are
The
the people
company.
you're going with.
Yes.
And sometimes it'll be the how nice the venue is or the
Yeah.
atmosphere of the venue. Um but if you're just going to a generic fucking bar every single time that's like got no atmosphere, and the people that she's going with are all your pals and she's just kind of like,
Right. Like, did you even ask if
cool.
she wanted to invite any of her friends? Anyone that would
Exactly.
possibly make her feel any more comfortable in an environment where she's surrounded by strangers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least like all of your mates that, judging by how this person has written this, they're all like drinking and clearly not there with their girlfriends either. So like
Mhm.
that's Like the situation. She's not boring. You just don't care enough about her interests to
Right.
notice that this is something that she's not going to enjoy.
Right. And then, of course, the story continues. Prepare yourself for
Oh,
this. So she said stuff like she would like to go save. She used the words save up for a nice vacation, music festivals,
yeah.
concerts, dinners, expensive dinners. Save up for these. And he
Mm-hmm.
says, these are things that are out of my budget, and a vacation is only once or twice a year thing anyway. And when we do go on vacation, she'd rather do boring touristy stuff like go to museums or sightsee. So I'd assume that when he goes on vacation, he probably likes to go drink. Like, that's the only thing you can do on vacation. The whole point of going somewhere new is to sightsee.
Yeah, the
Like,
whole point of going to somewhere new is to explore and learn about the culture. Like, if not, you might as well go sit and drink in your fucking backyard and buy yourself
right.
a swimming pool, or go to the beach down
Or,
the fucking
or
road.
like, look at a
Um,
slideshow, I guess. I don't
yeah,
know.
like if that's all you're gonna do.
Right.
That's one thing that used to irritate me quite a lot when I went on family holidays, was that one half of my family members that came on the holiday just wanted to spend the entire day by the pool, not moving, sitting reading a book.
You could have just stayed
And
home
the
and did that.
it was like, fair enough, you won't get the sunshine, but you could have gone to the south of England and gotten some nice sunshine and read a book, or you could have bought a fucking heat lamp at that point and sat
Right.
in, like sat outside with a book.
Yeah.
Um, Compared to like the other half of my family, they wanted to go off and go to the museums, go explore, go
Right.
like visit, like sightsee, go do fun touristy things. And yes, sometimes they're touristy and tacky and they
Mm-hmm.
probably cost a bit too much, but at the same time you're like, you're on
Right. I
holiday,
mean,
go for it.
you're there to experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if all you want to experience is,
The nightlife.
there's nothing wrong with experiencing the nightlife, but if it's
No.
literally the only reason that you're there, you could have chosen anywhere.
Right.
And if anything, you probably could have gotten it a hell of a lot cheaper if you'd stayed in the country that you're
Ooh.
already in.
This is where
Um,
he is the asshole, though. You ready for
yeah.
this?
Oh no.
So
Oh
apparently
no.
she had a wealthy upbringing. And he says, I told her that I don't think I can give her the life she wants and is used to. And she called me an asshole and has been cold ever since. Yeah. Edit. I didn't expect this to take off so fast. I just wanted to add some info clarifying some things. We do have quite a bit in common overall, which shocking, I guess.
Mm,
We met at a music festival and share a love for music. When we first started dating, when she was still in undergrad, we would go to concerts frequently and had a lot of fun. Okay, so she likes going to concerts.
yeah.
So he used to go to concerts frequently, and now he's like, well, now I don't have any money for concerts, and now you're boring because they don't go to concerts anymore. We had the same goofy sense of humor. We both like fitness and video games. We both like the travel, but I said I can't afford it right now, which is fine.
Maybe
Which
if
is
you'd
why she
stop
used
fucking
the
going out and
words
drinking.
which is why she used the words save up.
Save
Like,
up.
literally, last summer when I first started working this job, I would go out with my coworkers almost every night. I was spending like $10 to $20 every night on drinks, which, per night, like, when you think about it, like, just in the short term, is not very
Yeah,
much. But when you think about it in long term, that's a lot of fucking money.
it is.
And
Yeah.
so I stopped going out with my coworkers. I would have my drink at the restaurant, or I just wouldn't stay for shift drink at all. I was
Hmm.
saving like $200 a paycheck.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like
Yeah.
alcohol is really expensive, especially if you're going out and drinking every single fucking night.
Yeah. And not
Yeah,
only
no.
that, like, say that you had bought a couple of drinks for folk as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not just yourself you're paying for, it's also the other people around you.
Right. Right.
So,
Like people around others are generous. You can also be generous to other people, like especially if it's a scene you're frequenting, like people know you and like it's a thing that
mhm.
you do. Yeah, no. He goes on to say that she's used to luxurious vacations abroad with her family, and he can't offer the same. And I'm like, she's not even asking you to do that. She's not asking you to go on a luxurious vacation with her.
Yeah. She's literally
It's
like at that point it seems as if she would just be happy just going like somewhere that's a bit cheaper,
right.
but just still getting to like go to music festivals or like music festivals in it themselves are not super expensive, but it's there's still something that you need to save up some money for. But honestly, it just sounds like he's an asshole.
Right.
Like he clearly doesn't care enough about her, like as a human being, as a person, to actually give a shit about her. It sounds more that he's only really in it to care about what he's getting out of the relationship
Yeah.
rather than the relationship itself.
Oh yeah. No, there's a second update where it literally talks about pretty much exactly what you just said. He says
Ooh.
he um decided to go out again with some friends to blow off steam. And he admits that he was dumb. He stayed out till 5 or 6 a.m. He didn't check his phone. And then when he got home, he saw he had tons of missed texts and calls from his girlfriend asking if he was okay. Like she was worried for him.
Yeah.
And when he didn't contact her until he got home. And she was angry and she stayed up all night worrying about him, and he said, "I didn't ask her to stay up for me." And then she sat him down and told him that she wasn't going to be renewing their lease and that it would be up to him to decide how he wants to do going forward. And it's not the drinking that's the issue, but the fact that she feels like she has to parent him after the fact and can't relax while he's drinking, even when it's with friends.
Yeah.
And he did say he's looking for a therapist now. So at least,
Oh
oh
my
my
god,
god.
they're learning. Oh,
Oh my gosh,
very
they're
fucking
learning.
slowly, but they're
Learning Hitsu,
learning.
they're learning. Oh my gosh. But no, he's definitely the asshole. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Ugh. It
You
literally
know what?
took her calling him a child and like kicking him out of the fucking house for him to be like, damn, I need therapy.
You mean like,
Oh my
jeez.
gosh. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Oh.
You're
Mm.
entirely right. So Hosey's just saying that like I didn't ask this person to be worried about me is such a classic arsehole line, and you're like it is definitely like
Yeah,
only
it really
assholes be
is.
like I didn't ask for this person to be worried about you. It was like this person clearly cares about you. That's why they're worried about you. I'm
Right.
feeling that the feeling should be mutual by that point.
Right.
Um and if
Mm.
this is what you're saying, you clearly don't give a shit about the person
Right.
who's actually worrying about you.
Gosh. Mm. 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 Mm.
The only other time that I can think that like in the context of someone saying but like, hey, I didn't ask for you to worry about me, is if that person was abusive and their quote unquote worry was actually them just like
Right.
being manipulative and
Yeah, like emotional
gaslighting.
manipulation type deal.
Yeah. Being like,
Yeah.
I was so worried about you. Like kind of thing. You're
Yeah.
like, I didn't ask for you to worry about me. Like, as in, you're toxic. I'm
Yeah.
good.
This girl is
Please.
like she's got a lot on her
She's
fucking plate. She's in
genuine.
school. She's got a job. She's trying to keep you happy and keep you safe. And then you're just like, "Well, I didn't ask you to keep me safe."
Be like,
Bro.
well, bro.
He's
I'm like,
almost 30. Like this man is almost 30.
no. No. But no, but that's such a shame for her because she's already like work is stressful.
Yeah.
Like full-time education is stressful, and then
Mhm.
on your downtime, your free time, and the time that you're like not spent at like doing the things that you're enjoying and to keep yourself fit and healthy is spent babysitting your partner
Right.
because they can't fucking
Take care of themselves.
take care of themselves. You're like, no, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. Nah, yeah. No, fuck that. Oh my
Fuck that.
gosh. All right. You ready for another one?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Am I the asshole for embarrassing my sister-in-law after she expected me to pay her and her friend's bill?
No, I don't
No?
think so.
Okay. So I, 25 female, went out for dinner for my sister-in-law's 28 female bachelorette party this past weekend. So the sister-in-law is 28 and I guess is getting married. Um, Between my sister-in-law and my husband, who is 26,
Mm-hmm.
sister-in-law has always been the golden child of the family. Growing up, my in-laws coddled her and gave her everything that she wanted, while my husband always got the shitty end of the stick. She was always a popular girl in school, cheerleader, lots of friends, all the boys loved her, while my husband was always a little more nerdy and got picked on quite a bit. Even my in-laws would give him a hard time about this and say he needed to be more like his sister. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh! Yikes.
Oh,
Okay.
yikes.
Well, fast forward to today. Both my husband and I went to top schools, got our degrees, and currently have very well paying jobs in tech.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, go you guys. I'm not trying to
Oh,
sound braggy,
I know
this is
where
just
this
for
is going.
context. But we live a very, very comfortable life. As you should if you have a high paying job. I mean,
Hell yeah. You
sister in
earned
law,
that.
oh god, sister in law currently lives at home with my in laws, where they foot all of her bills. She had my niece, 4. She's a 4-year-old daughter with her ex and is currently on marriage number 2. This past weekend, I was invited to this fancy upscale restaurant in my city for my sister in law's bachelorette party. She just wanted to do a nice dinner. There were 8 of us in total. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
dinner, the bill comes out and the waiter hands it to me. I'm sitting there confused for a second until sister in law speaks up and is all, my parents and I were talking and thinking you and my brother can handle the bill for this as the wedding gift since you're not financially contributing to my wedding. I stared at her, shocked for a moment, as would I, and then was like, and you didn't think to bring this up to me beforehand, right? She started going
Yeah.
off about how we were so well off, so what's the big deal? And she's sure her brother wouldn't have an issue with it. I asked her why her fiance doesn't foot the bill, or my in-laws, and where her right in her right mind she thinks it's okay to spring this on me. She started going on
And
about how we're
in
the
front of
wealthiest.
everyone else at the table as
Right,
well,
there's
being
8
like,
of them. 8 of them in total.
and you're just like, and everyone else is just going,
Right? Like, was
ooh,
everyone else at the table in on this, or was it just her and her one friend?
yeah.
You know? Mm. Mm. She started going on about how we're the wealthiest in both her and her fiance's family, and that she didn't think I would act like this and would say yes. I told her, well, sorry, but I'm not your parents. Ooh, and don't expect handouts from me. Oh, she called me selfish, and I called her an entitled brat, paid for my half the bill, and left. Well, as
Good.
expected, my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and even some cousins and aunts on my husband's side have been absolutely furious with me and are expecting me to apologize for the comments. I told them over my dead body. Husband is
Yes.
100% on my side. Yes, win for
Yes.
husband. Thank fuck. Oh my god. I see
Thank
so many
fuck.
of these
Yes.
stories where husbands are like, that's my sister. You gotta be nicer to her. But no. Thank you, husband.
Thank you, husband. Well done. A good
Right.
one. A good egg.
Husband is
Being like,
100%.
it's my money. You fuck off.
Exactly.
No.
And I like how the sister in law just assumed, like, as the wedding present, as if they weren't going to get her one.
Yeah.
Like,
Just being
fuck
like,
you.
you're not paying for any of my wedding, like financially contributing. And I'll be like, we were still going to get you a present, but I want you to pay for my meal instead.
Right. Fuck you. Oh my
No, fuck
gosh.
you. No, I'm not coming to your wedding.
Yeah, no, he says
You,
my husband
I'm,
is 100% on my side and we are just debating on not going to the wedding. I was talking to my mom and she thinks I took it too far with the fuck you, mom.
no.
Oh my gosh, the bill was close to $1,000 US. And the sister-in-law was just going to be like, yeah, you know, you guys are really well off. Like, I feel like no matter how well off you are, $1,000 in one sitting, that's not like a major, like, life-changing financial decision, is way
Yeah.
too much to spend in one sitting.
And to expect that of someone as well.
Right.
Just, you're rich, you can handle it. Like, bitch, no.
Right.
No.
Right. Mm. Mm. Not the asshole. Damn.
Definitely not the
Not the
asshole.
asshole. Don't go to the wedding. Like, don't
Straight
even.
up.
You know what? Get her a wedding present, display it in your house, and been like, man, I was gonna take this to a wedding I was invited to recently, but we had a falling out, and post it online. I would do that. I would be the petty asshole.
As mm. Mm-hmm.
I would be that bitch. I would.
Being like, well, I mean, it's wedding number 2, so it's
Right.
I need to put as much effort.
What was it? I can't remember what movie it was from, but I remember a quote from one of the movies where it's like, it's her second wedding, so it doesn't count.
It's so true, though.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so true. Because, like,
oh my gosh.
you're like, okay, if you haven't changed at all since the first wedding, like, I don't know, if she's such an entitled little brat, odds are she was probably the problem in the relationship, and that's why the first one failed.
My gosh.
So, and if
Right.
that's the kind of shit that she's doing to her fucking sister-in-law,
Oh my gosh. I
God
pray
help.
for her 4-year-old child.
I pray that the OP and
her husband
like raise the child to just be like,
right.
just like being like, well, your
I
auntie
hope she's
and
that
uncle
aunt
think
that we all
this.
need.
Yes. Oh my God, I would not be the human being I am today without my 3 aunts. Like, fucking love them.
For real.
Absolute angels, all 3 of them.
Right.
But yeah, I really hope that child is okay.
Whew. Okay, this one doesn't have a verdict on it yet. This one's 16 hours ago. Has like 500 comments, but doesn't have a verdict on it yet. Okay. Am I the asshole for criticizing my girlfriend after she tried to correct me?
Depends on the context.
Right, it really depends on the context, because
really
the girlfriend could be like really fucking narcissistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this one doesn't have a verdict from the community yet. We'll decide here.
Okay.
I, 25, am in no way a nutritionist or a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already getting bad vibes from this guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the gym 3 times a week for an hour on top of staying active, and I'm relatively fit. I won't be beating the rock, but I'm in shape. That's pretty funny. Sorry, typing while I walk Instagram will be questionable. Yeah, I've been filling in where he's been missing it. So, anyways,
yeah. Okay.
A friend's girlfriend, 28, came to me and asked for tips and mentioned she was dieting. So a friend's girlfriend who was 28, and then his girlfriend who was 22 isn't fat. She's chubby and can admit, she said it herself, those words, not mine. I feel like anyone who has to add that disclaimer is... Anyway, she's chubby and can admit she isn't anyone's ideal body type. She doesn't carry fat on her hips, thighs, or breasts, rather her stomach. Y'all know the chubby people who somehow look skinny, if that makes sense. Skinny, chubby. I really don't like the way he's describing her. Anyway,
yeah, neither do I.
That's her. She doesn't like her body much, but doesn't have time for gym and needs to reevaluate her food relationship. Okay, like, I understand that. Like, I don't have time to go to the gym, and so instead, I eat differently, because I know that diet is like 2/3 of the battle when it comes to body shape and weight.
Yeah.
As someone who did go see a professional and degreed nutritionist.
Yeah.
She said to friend's girlfriend she just eats what she wants now. And she's okay with me saying this, had yesterday, she had hot chocolate yesterday, 2 lots of those sushi things you get on the meal deal, a muffin, fruit, 2 yogurts, and then a burger that night, and then today she's got even more than that. That's not bad.
No. It's really not.
Like, when you consider, like, meals, so 2 sushi things, a muffin, fruit, 2 yogurts, and a burger, that's like 3 meals and then snacks, which is an appropriate amount to eat. And then hot chocolate, which is okay, hot
Mm.
chocolate. Like, that's. Ugh, whatever. I told her that in no way should she eat like that. She counted a week average. She walks 40 miles, so she's getting exercise. I told my girlfriend, if you want to maintain or slowly gain weight like my girlfriend, sure, do that. Oh my gosh. Then I explained to my girlfriend if she wants to lose weight, she should eat lower calories and then exercise. Then the exercise she's doing will actually help. She got upset, left, and now isn't talking to me, saying I'm an asshole for calling her out like that. I said she didn't need to try and correct me in front of someone who came to me for advice. Okay, but men and women, like metabolism wise, are very different.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
ooh.
I learned that one the hard way.
Yes, so did I.
Yeah.
And so what I learned from the nutritionalist when I was younger, when I was doing a
Mhm.
lot more exercise, was eating sweets and sugary things in the morning. If I still wanted to eat like sweet things, eat them in the
Mhm.
morning, and then like keep carbs and such. Don't eat them after 12 o'clock or noon, and then eat things with heavy proteins, like my meats and everything. Eat those at night or like in the evenings, like lunch and dinner. And to instead of having 3 big meals, like I even got a doctor's note, so I was allowed to eat in class. Was
Mm.
six, like 5 or 6 small meals where I would keep my metabolism going so that it never really like took a break or stopped like metabolizing food. So I would just have like grapes or a granola bar in my bag that I would just like when my alarm went off, I would eat something. And for a while it really really worked, and then I stopped working out as much. But like for someone with a slower metabolism like mine, that worked, but of course everybody is different. So it sounded like when she described what she was eating, that sounded like what she was doing. She was eating smaller meals or smaller amounts throughout the day, keeping her
Yeah.
metabolism going. And he's just like, well, if you want to gain weight like her, sure, you can eat whatever you want. Like, what a dick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What the
Mhm.
fuck? Asshole. Definitely a tick for asshole. Fuck,
Uh,
man. I don't understand.
like
Who is
so see,
raising these people?
I don't know. I'm worried. I'm always worried for humanity.
Oh my
And this is
gosh.
why I don't want to like I'm not reproducing. Like
I'm
fuck
not
that shit.
reproducing.
No.
That's such a scary
Um
thought.
oh,
Because, I mean,
em-
I feel like as a parent, there's so much you can do to shelter your child and try and get them to be the type of person you want them to be as an adult.
mm,
But there are so many external factors, and like kids absorb information at such a fast rate, especially because of the internet, that they could
oh god.
literally turn into anyone behind your back. And you never, like, parents are so blind to their children because of love too. And it's not even they want to be blind to their children, it's just like you think you're doing so much, and then they get introduced to some sort of external stimulus, and it
Oh
turns
god,
them
yeah.
into some completely different person. It's crazy, it's scary, it's terrifying. Like, that's terrifying. Oh my gosh.
And I mean, on the one hand, for extremist parents,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that are say maybe like racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc. And
Right.
you've got kids, those children going to an entirely different environment in school and being taught, no, the rest of the world doesn't think like that.
Right.
We're far more accepting as a society. We're
Mm-hmm.
fucking getting there.
Right. We cross our
Strip the
fingers and
nail.
hope to die.
Ah.
You can't see me, but I am indeed crossing my fingers right now.
I believe you. I believe you. But so in that sense, it can like help temper that. reaction of
Right.
someone turning into their parents. But there's also the other hand where someone on the internet like might be turned towards being extremists, and as we've
Right.
seen with Andrew Tate and with beforehand the like terrorist groups online indoctrinating people. Like
Yeah. Like that is
yeah,
some scary shit, man. And
it
kids just find ways to get into this stuff. I don't even think they mean to.
no, they definitely don't mean to, but
Right.
it's like God, what was it? I saw so see if you this is coming with a content warning by the way.
Ooh.
See if you search just Fortnite on
Mm.
Instagram,
Oh god.
take a look at what some of the first profiles are and you will
Yeah.
be
I have a feeling
extreme.
that I know.
Mhm.
Oh, I almost spelled Fortnite wrong.
I'm waiting for you to search this up. It needs to be on Instagram by the way. Like
Oh,
if you search if you
gross.
yeah, it's yeah.
What the hell?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Imagine you're a child and you're on Instagram and you're wanting to look up Fortnite. Fortnite, as in, the game, as in their
Yeah.
official profile, is not the top.
It was the top for me, but literally everything underneath it was some version
Y-
of like a porn like
Yeah,
page. Yeah.
it's all porn pages, and you're like, and Instagram says this isn't
Ugh.
that's not against their policies, and I'm like,
Right. Right, that's not against your policy, but like what's it? Advertising your friends only page is apparently
yeah,
not allowed. Right,
advertising your
right.
friends only page and like clearly like not putting anything that is like
Right, most people don't even put like actually they put a heavily censored version to entice people to go over there. And then
yeah.
Instagram is like, "Nope, nope, you can't do that. That's not allowed." And
But if you look at these profiles, if you
like
like
profiles straight tits just like right there.
straight up tip,
I'm like,
right there.
"Wow, this is allowed?"
And I think the way they get around
Ah!
it is that it's because it's obviously the Fortnite characters there.
Right.
It's like it's all
Ugh,
CGI.
that bothers
But
me
at the
so
same
much.
time, it's like what the actual fuck?
Right. What the actual fuck?
What the actual fuck? So yeah, that's what I found out.
Mm.
Um when what was it? It was funnily enough, when my friends, two kids, um, were
No.
were, were talking about Fortnite, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have Instagram. Can you look up? Um, we want to see like Fortnite characters. Like apparently Fortnite had put up like a post in that. So of course
Yeah.
I go on my phone, um, and like it's already on my phone. My Instagram feed is
Yeah.
not for kids. So I was thankfully turning my phone away
Right.
and then
Because you
searching
don't want
up.
kids to see that. They don't need
No,
to.
no. So I was looking it up and that's what came up and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I was like, I just turned to them. I was like, no, I can't get it up. And I was like, I do not trust anything.
No.
Even the little fucking tick that was next to Fortnite, I was like, I was like, we're not, nope. So I
I
just
also
like
feel
reported
like
them to be
companies
blocked.
are like it was one thing when like you know how in old cartoons it was entertaining for children, but it was also entertaining for adults because they put more
Hmm.
adult jokes in cartoons for the adults to get and enjoy. Like I feel
Uh,
like companies
yeah,
have
like,
taken that idea quotation marks and have like taken it to a point where it's now no longer like the tiny little subtle hidden jokes. It's right there on their fucking marketing.
yeah,
And it's not it doesn't feel like it feels like they're just sexualizing children's things now.
yeah.
And it's gross. It's so gross.
It is incredibly disturbing. Not
Yeah.
another thing that is also really disturbing for me, um, is God, do you remember when we were younger? We would get shit ton of attention from men.
Yeah.
So much. And
Yeah.
then honestly, it's as soon as you hit 18, 19, 20, you
Yeah,
suddenly
as soon as you hit like a certain age, they're just like, you're no longer interesting to me.
and you're like, why was I interesting to you when I was 13?
Right. Why was I interesting to you before?
Why was I
Yeah, no,
interesting to you
it's
when I was a literal child?
yeah.
That's
I the internet is such a scary
terrifying.
place, and again, a reason why I won't be procreating because the idea of having to raise a child with all of this shit everywhere, where like things
Yeah.
that I can't even avoid when I actively block and avoid things, it's
Because
like
we're older, we have the sense to know that that shit's gonna come, and we're only getting like a fraction of it that
right.
like younger profiles are. It's the same with folk who like are like, oh, my TikTok feed's like this, and I was like,
Ew, why?
why?
Like why?
Why
What are
is
you
it like
looking
that?
at?
What are you looking at, sir? Hand me your
Exactly.
phone.
You know,
Do I need to go through it? Like,
it's just so terrifying. It's so terrifying to me. Uh, uh,
and I'm like,
uh.
oh yeah, my TikTok's full of like just girls dancing and they're like kids, and I'm like,
Ah!
ah, ah,
Ah!
ah, oh, you
Yeah,
really, you really be telling on yourself there, sir. Do I need to phone the police? Do I need someone to come
God.
search your fucking internet history? Like,
God. Uh. Yeah.
mm-mm.
Alrighty.
Uh, yeah.
Okay, so this is a r/slash I don't work here lady.
Mm.
Alright, this is a short one.
Yes,
She says,
let's
not military, but salute right back at you, question mark. So I'm sorry, this isn't quite along the lines of someone working in a store or encountering Karen, but this happened to my husband and it was funny. He was walking out of CVS earlier today just as another dude was walking into the CVS. Dude saw my husband and immediately put his hand up to his brow in a salute and said, "The few, the proud." My husband was just like, okay, and kept walking. Not sure why that guy did that, considering my husband is not in the military and has never been. Also, he was wearing a red O'Neill t-shirt and gray pants with a Toro animation automation baseball hat. So dude was saluting an O'Neill shirt? Question mark. There's no update, but isn't that the Space Force uniform? Someone said in the comments.
Is
um
it? I don't know.
someone questioned if he had like a high and tight haircut, which is like the common uh like military, almost everyone in the military has it.
Yeah, like that weird buzz cut.
Yeah.
Like the G.I. Joe.
Right.
The G.I. Joe haircut. You know, where it's like proper like
Yeah.
made to look
Like with
like
the
a
weird fuzzy
square, and then
top.
you've got like the little lines at the side because they think it's cool, and you're like, okay.
I want to go to this subreddit. No, I guess I wonder if we can go. Do you want to look at some r/Karen?
Yes.
Karens in the wild, or entitled Karens. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this person, this is just a review someone left. 2 stars. I really wanted to pick up a dozen of red roses to surprise someone special. However, it
Mm-hmm.
was 9:50 a.m. and the shop opened at 10 a.m. Someone was there but would not open the door. A dozen roses cost $50 and I would have gladly paid that and more, but I was pressed for time. I would think 10 minutes of time is worth the $50. And the caption is, that's literally not how it works.
Yeah.
Someone else will spend that $50 on a dozen roses when they open at
Yeah.
10 a.m.
They open at 10 a.m.
Right?
Not a moment before.
Nope. Oh, gosh. Um,
That's hold on. Well, I would love to go to like Karens that are like that, and because they must work in jobs, right? They must have jobs,
they must have
surely,
jobs somewhere.
and surely their job must involve them having to clock in and clock out.
Right.
Um, could you imagine if I did that just that same energy, just right back at them.
Gosh.
And just turned up at their office and was like, I would like to require your services now, please. Not when you're actually open. Oh wait, well, is that you're closed? You're closed in 5 minutes. Well, don't worry. This paperwork will only take 2 minutes, I swear, and it takes fucking 5. You're like, it's like you need to book an appointment. You'd be like, no, I want it now. Just that same energy. Just give it straight back to them. I would love that. Sadly, though.
What is this one? Oh, here. There's a Karen. So I just moved into a new apartment. I was taking some of my boxes into my apartment with when one of my new neighbors came up to me to welcome me to the apartment building. She was super nice, but then she saw what was written on my box and she started yelling at me. Karen, you can't live here. You're gonna keep the whole building up all night with all that stuff. To say I was confused is a at this misunderstanding, I was more than confused. She kept saying that I can't live here and more, and I got tired of her and got my box and walked into my apartment and closed the door. I hear her still yelling outside my apartment, but I just, this woman is still yelling at her. Just ignore. I put the box down and look what I had written on it, and guess what it was? Cosplay. I feel like I'm in for a long ride. Could you imagine someone getting so upset over the fact that you cosplay? It's like, you can't live here. You're gonna keep everyone up all night. As if, noise cancellation pads don't exist. Or as the fact that people wearing headphones also don't exist. There are so many ways where people just don't ever, let people know that they cosplay. In all honesty, it's really no one's fucking business.
Also, at what point does cosplay make that amount of noise that it's going to be keeping people up?
Right?
Not gonna lie, I don't craft. The only time I do craft at 3 in the fucking morning is when the con's the next day, and by that point, I'm in the fucking hotel room.
Right.
I'm actually in the hotel crafting the fucking shit that I need for the next day, and I am nowhere near my fucking house, annoying my neighbors with my apparent sounds of construction, and I'm like, no, I'm at the most a heat gun. It's gonna be the loudest thing that you're ever gonna do.
Right.
Resin craft is far more loud and disturbing, and even then, if you're a good person, you're not gonna be fucking crafting resin and shit like that at 3 in the fucking morning. You're gonna be doing it at regular human being time because you're like, I don't want to annoy my neighbors.
Speaking of doing things the day before con, oh my gosh, I don't know if I ever told you the story. So the last time I ever went to a convention, it was Animazement.
Okay.
Alright, I had spent so long working on these Zuko and Katara costumes because I was doing Katara and my friend was doing Zuko, and it was gonna be fine and it was gonna be cool. I made them from scratch. I made the patterns from scratch. I worked for weeks on these fucking costumes. And unfortunately, I had to use really cheap fabric because there were no fabric stores. They had all closed down, and so I had to get fabric from fucking Walmart. But it was still cotton. So, I was doing the best I could. Everything was lined, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I was told, I was instructed to do this, to get the pencil marks off of the costume was to wash and dry them. They were fine in the washer. They didn't fall apart in the washer. The washing machine was fine. In the dryer, both of them fell entirely apart. And this was the night before the con. I was like, the night before the con, I'll just wash and dry them. It'll be fine. It was not fine. Ashley was asleep on the couch. I think we had, some kids show playing in the background or some shit. And I'm in, the craft room, sobbing to myself while I sew these costumes. And then she wakes up 5 hours later. I'm packed. Everything's in the car. I'm like, you ready to go, Ashley? She's like, you're up, you're so energetic. And I'm like, I just didn't sleep because I had to resew the costumes. I still have like tears streaming down my face. And then I drove 2 hours to Raleigh. So
Oh my god.
yeah, so that was the very last convention I've gone to.
No fucking wonder you're traumatized.
Well,
Holy
I
shit.
really want to go to another convention, but the problem is that they're so expensive. Hotels are so expensive, and all of them are so far away from me, especially now that I live on the beach. It's now like
Yeah.
a 4 or 3 hour drive to Raleigh. And all of my crafting sewing supplies is still at my mother's house because she uses them regularly, and so I haven't had time to go get all my stuff. And yeah, I just
Yeah.
damn, it's but I'm ready. I'm ready to have all my stuff again. I'm ready to create. I'm ready to go back to conventions because fuck, I miss them so much. I miss them so much.
Well, funnily enough, I'm going to a convention at the end of this month.
Yeah.
And I haven't started my cosplay.
Are you serious? Blair. Hitsu. I'm boy. I just did the hand motion. I'm still doing the hand motion at you. Oh my gosh.
I haven't started it. I would also like to point out I have not booked my hotel or travel.
Oh my gosh, you told me that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you said you did and it was just expensive.
No,
You
I
still haven't done it yet?
Mm-hmm. So, I will say the reason that I hadn't done that was because I thought that other people were going to be able to share with me.
Yeah.
And turns out I will be doing this solo. So I'm like, great. So yeah, I gotta pay for the whole thing myself. So now I'm
Oh my
like, well, on the bright
gosh.
side, I can choose where I want to be. Entirely dependent on my own funds and not relying on anyone else. I can travel down when I want. And yeah. But I've got all the supplies I need for making this cosplay other than the fucking wig. So that's the wig's the only thing that I really need. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I know. Apparently the wig, at least the only wig that I can find at the moment that's going to be suitable, costs 65 quid.
That's not bad. I think 65 quid.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
wait,
so how much is like quid
it
versus
is
dollar? Are they the same thing, or is there more?
actually, I don't know what the exchange rate is at the moment, but on average, I would say that wigs here in the UK, especially if you're getting them from Coscraft, cost about 30 quid.
Oh, okay. No, that's not bad. No, that's really bad. Never mind. I thought for some reason my mind was still tucked on hotels, and I'm like, if you're finding a hotel room for $65 a night, I would go for it because most hotel rooms here go for like 120, 200 a night. Yeah, that's why I can't afford to go to conventions.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's why I can't afford to go to any conventions. Because any ones that are cheaper are like 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from the convention center. And I'm like, ugh, fuck that. Fuck that. You know?
Sorry, I'm yawning because it is also like 1:30 in the morning here.
Right. Do I do one more story and then we end for the night?
I think so.
Okay. So this is under r/entitled bitch. Entitled
Okay,
lady
yeah,
invites herself to family friend's birthday party. A good family friend of ours, we'll call Kay, bought a holiday house in a popular coastal town not too long ago. Kay was telling a friend of hers, Im, about it, and Im's response was along the lines of, "Oh, great. I've always wanted someone to buy a house there that I can stay at." Kay was... She just invited, like, before they'd even been there. Like, she just bought this, and Im is already like, oh, I've always wanted to stay there. Bitch, what? Kay was understandably a bit taken aback, but Kay is always too
Yeah.
nice. So she said something about how she guessed she could stay there someday, right? Im proceeded to ask for a key to be cut so she could go and stay there whenever she pleased. Excuse me? Thankfully, Kay put her foot down at that and refused. Good for you, Kay. Setting boundaries is good. Recently, Kay's birthday was coming up, and she was planning on taking her family to the holiday house for it. She bumped into Im a while beforehand and ended up telling her the birthday plan. Im said, Awesome. I've wanted a holiday for a while. I'll come with.
Oh,
Are you
no.
fucking for her birthday? Bro.
No.
It's like, it's not even
No.
like, she's like, oh, I would love to spend time with your birthday. When can I come? She's like, I've wanted a holiday for a bit. Bro.
Yeah, like, bruh.
Oh my gosh, no, it gets worse. Unfortunately, Kay was too nice to say no, which we were going to expect. So Im was allowed to invite herself and very possibly her 3 kids along.
That's worse. No.
That is worse.
So much worse.
The house only had 3 bedrooms, which would be taken up by Kay and her husband. One which would be for Kay's father. Okay, Kay's the owner of the house. Yes, Kay and her husband, one for Kay's father, and the last of which was for Kay's daughter. Yeah, so I don't know where Im thinks her and her children are gonna stay, but if I were Kay, I'd be like, oh, we changed the plan. We're actually going on this weekend. And then I would let her drive all the way up there without keys, with her kids, and hope she can get a ticket back home, because fuck her. Oh my gosh. Bro.
Like,
the audacity.
Screams in British. That's such a, like, social faux pas. And I'm not very good at social. Like, I ain't very good at fucking, like, the socializing and the social things, but even I'm fully aware that that's, like, a do not fucking do that.
Right. Yeah. And someone in the comments said, I at first I would think this was fake, but I also bought a house in a popular coastal area, and the number of long-lost besties coming out of the woodwork was insane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof.
What?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, what a story to end on. Bro,
Yeah.
Reddit is wild.
Wait, hold on. Was there like an update? Like, what happened?
No, there was no update. That was 6 days ago. And 6 days ago, and there were only 17 comments. Think of the other stories we've seen where there were like 19 hours ago and like 500 fucking comments.
Okay, no, this one needs to blow the fuck up. I want to find out
I
what
need an
happened.
update.
Kay, we need an update. Give us an update. I want to know. Please tell me that you kicked Em to the curb and her 3 snatty children. Like,
right. I'm upvoting that one so that it gets more. Holy shit, man.
Reddit, I want to know. And honestly, we will find out, like, oh my god, hi!
Oh my gosh.
We're being raided. Just as...
Am I? Oh! Tasha, we're actually about to end. Thank you for the raid, though.
Thank you for the raids. We've been talking horrendous Reddit and asshole stories. It's wonderful.
How dare we? Yeah, we were talking about entitled Karens and like and am I the asshole and unpopular opinions. Oh my gosh. Hello, Dukin. Hello. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. Same. I've been addicted to them on TikTok, so I figured I would like
read them all to me.
Yeah, I would read them before they get put on TikTok.
It's been good. We've had fun.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun. We're playing DBD as usual because I feel that. I haven't played DBD in a while, only because I don't know. I feel like and also I suck at the game anyways.
So the last time that I played DBD, which was literally only a couple of days ago, I had a weird, like, an American, this like, so we were in the game and we were up against Michael, and I always have Spine Chill, but Spine Chill's been kind of like really wooby at the moment.
Yeah.
Um, so I had Spine Chill on, and I was like trying to go for like the untouched like achievement, so that's where like you don't get hit at all by like the killers or anything.
Yeah.
And I was aiming for that, and I was like making sure that I was like avoiding Michael like the goddamn plague. But obviously I was still going off and like rescuing folks. So I rescued this one guy and healed them. And then like we went and worked on a gen, and I can't remember what happened, but like I missed the skill check and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like dip out and like go find a different gen to work on."
Yeah.
But anyway, this like the other two players that were in the game, unfortunately had been hooked too many times and they were so it was just me and this other person left.
Yeah.
And at this point, I still hadn't been hit. I hadn't been hooked or anything like that. And he'd been hit once because I'd obviously saved him.
Yeah.
He then proceeds to like get Michael to chase me and come
Interesting.
after me. And obviously, Michael does
Right.
because, you know, he's the killer.
Right.
And I get downed, and this person proceeds to then teabag me,
Mm.
like repeatedly teabag me, and like just like spam away. So then obviously I die, and we were
Right.
so close. I was so close to finishing the last gen, and we could have made it out if he hadn't like done this. So then
Yeah.
I then messaged them because they were also playing
Oh, was
on
this his message
uh
that I saw on Snapchat?
yes,
Oh my
it's the message that you saw
gosh.
on Snapchat. So that's the lead up to that particular story of I know,
Right? You
stinky,
stinky. Like, fuck, man.
stinky. And I literally messaged them being like, "Hey, what the hell? Like, why have you done this?" And they were like, "I thought you were trying to throw the game." I was like,
By doing gens?
"No, by
By
playing the
playing
game."
the game?
He was like, "Oh, if the other players have already been hooked, it's your turn to go get hooked." I was like,
This is not a
"Oh,
turn thing. This
this
is
is a
you
turn-based
either are
game."
good at running the killer or you're good at doing gens or you're good at heal. Like there's a reason people play specialized characters and specialize their perks. Like
Yeah.
it's not a turn thing.
It eventually got to the point where like because obviously he was like, "Oh, I see that you're a drag queen," kind of thing, and then like sent a photo of Eureka being like, and he's like,
Right.
"Is this you?" And I was like, it got some. I just started trolling him because obviously, and I was like, you know, don't go to like drag queen into like trying to out savage you because you will be left crying.
Right. Ugh.
And so I was like, oh my god, is Eureka the only drag queen you know? Or is that the only meme that you have? And then they sent me a picture of Trixie being like, oh, is this you? And I was like, I fucking wish I had the same amount of money that Trixie did. Like
Right.
everything that he like went for, I was just kind of like, it's not gonna fucking hurt me, bitch.
Right. Oh my gosh.
And
People be so pressed when they can't hurt you.
it got to the point where he was like, you've been on DBD for 4 hours, you need to go to bed. And I was like,
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, bitch, what? And
You
then
need to go to bed.
I was
Are
like,
you my mom? What?
honestly, I was like, I didn't know that you were my mother.
Oh gosh.
I just, honestly, guys, I was
Uh,
fucking laughing. I've saved those videos, so I'm gonna post them at some point and just be
hell
like, this
yes.
bit. I have also said if you do find him in DBD, um, tell them that Bunny said hi.
Cool.
Tell
Got
them
you.
that Hitsu said hi.
Like
Tell them that Bunny said hi.
text me, not text me. Yeah, text me. Text me their usernames just so I know who to look for. But I also don't play Dead by Daylight that often anymore, unfortunately,
I'm
because
pretty
again,
sure. So
wait,
that
scrambled
is,
brain.
I've put it in chat,
Oh,
but that
cool.
is their their
I
thing
like
on
how it's like not even the full word anime, it's just anim.
exactly. And I was like, really?
Anyway.
But oh god, but I ended with basically being like, oh, I didn't know that you were a basement dwelling incel. I bet your mother still washes your clothes for you and you smell of axe.
Right. Oh my
So yeah.
gosh.
And that was tame. I could have been so much worse. You know
Oh,
how
I know.
sympathetic.
I've seen your messages before. I've seen them before. Remember that time where you were like, pick out these things so that I can print them off and throw them at my next drag show. And then we went through all of them and like picked out the ones that we liked the most.
Okay,
No, I know. I know.
so for context for everyone else, unfortunately when you're of the variety, you do get sent an awful lot of strange messages
Oh,
from
yes.
men on Grindr.
Oh, yeah.
And my my favorite thing to do is to troll these types of men that send me really weird shit. And it, I've been sent so many that I was doing a drag show event that I got them printed out. All the like weird shit ones, I printed them all out so that I could scatter them to the crowd. And then I had to tell everyone, being like, yes, every single one of these interactions with
Is
men
real.
are real. They are all real. These are real things that men have sent me.
Oh,
Enjoy.
gosh.
So, yeah.
Lovely. It's beautiful. Chef's
Unfortunately, all
kiss.
of them are not suitable.
Right. None of them, actually.
None
Absolutely
of them,
none
not a
of them.
single goddamn one. Even the ones that don't have any swearing or dick pics in them are still, context-wise, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
So if anyone would like to see them, once I do eventually get my Discord set up, they're all in there.
Hell
They
yeah.
are not censored, so apologies, but you know what you're signing yourself up for that one. But yeah. I dealing with trolls is interesting.
Mm.
Very interesting.
It's very fun.
It's
I enjoy watching.
I as my partner will profusely point out, I have the regular mode, and then I have the mode where I'm like, you've pushed me too far now and I don't know where it stops being funny and it starts being actually really mean. So I only get them when I stream, and then people don't agree with the way I play games, and then I ban them on Twitch, so they stop buying stuff. Honestly, I swear that that's what that person was like. Like, why are you getting mad at the way that I've played this game? I was like, last time I checked, it's called Survivor, not,
Right.
Thriver for everyone else. So,
I'm trying to figure
I
out why the
I
fuck
feel
my
that.
chat is cutting off words. I don't know why it's cutting off words, but I'll figure it out eventually.
I've also found that there is how to word this. The amount of male gamers that bully anyone who's AFAB or basically just not a cis straight white man for how they play games is
Okay, that's better.
just, yeah. You're like, but then they'll be the first to admit that they want a gamer girlfriend, and then you're like,
Please
why are
don't.
you treating why are you treating the gamer girls that you're meeting online like absolute shit? Like, that feels like that's counterproductive, my dude. And not
Right.
only that, you're now streaming that to everyone on the planet, so they also know how much of a dick you are.
Right.
You're never getting laid again. I say
Again?
again as if I say again as if they ever got laid in the first place, but
I was like, again?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
gosh.
baffles me. It genuinely does. And after us like reading out so many of these like am I the asshole ones where it has literally just been men being like,
Right.
yeah,
Is it working this time? No, I don't know why it's cutting. I think it's just something in Stream Elements. I'll fix it later.
Huh.
Yeah, see, it's like
Well,
cutting off like 3 letters at the end.
Oh, I don't think it is. I think it's just literally where the
No, it's
overlay
not.
is.
See, look, if
Is
you...
it not?
It's cut off.
Oh, it is cut off.
I don't understand why. It's probably... I swear it's probably in Stream Elements. It wouldn't be a Cheese Toasty stream if there wasn't some sort of fucking scuff. So...
You know what? We did so well that making sure that my
I just did. I
camera
changed the box size like 3 times, but I have to go into Stream Elements and change it, I think, there. So... But I'll do that after stream. We're ending anyway, so...
Yes.
But thank you for the raid, Satan. Thank you. Frightfully Wicked. Oh, let me give you a shout out. Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to type the whole thing. Okay. Let me spell it right.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone, please go follow her. She plays Dead by Daylight. We play games together sometimes. It's great. It's a fun time. She's part of the reason I started streaming. Hell yeah.
Yes. Also same.
Also,
Well,
she's got some really cool emotes. Like, look at that. Look at Minnie. If you go over to her channel, and yeah, now that you actually stream again, if you go over to her channel while she's streaming and you get enough channel points, you can feed the demon, where she'll give her cat treats on stream, as long as the cat is agreeable.
Yes.
So it's very cute, very adorable. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 experience. 100%.
Yes. Speaking of no, he's not there. Never mind.
No.
The Void's not here. Sorry, I
The
can't.
boy is not here, unfortunately. But it's okay, because once he gets used to you talking and streaming... She was talking to you today? Ooh. Nice. Nice. Yeah. But once he gets used to you talking and streaming and chatting and everything, he'll be more patient and he'll lay in the bed with you. Or he'll lay in his bed. And then you can have your the boy cam.
Yes, we're gonna have Void Cam, so
Void Cam.
Much like Minnie, I also have a small void demon called Milo, and hopefully he will come and join in streams. He actually loves when I play Dead by Daylight, by the way.
That's very funny.
Offer treats when the void corpses and sits on. Yes. I mean, he's a wee bit podgy at the moment and is going to the vets on Monday because he needs more what is it? Many noise. I can just hear River in my ears just making noises.
Maybe 34.
There we go.
I think that'll work. Okay. Did that work?
That is an idea. Oh my god.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. I mean, that's one way to teach him.
I mean, true. He's got a little bed that's like down there, so I'm hoping to get like a camera that'll be over here and it will just point to where he is.
Yes.
But if not, he was on stream earlier.
He was nice and cuddly, and we love him.
Yes.
Okay, I think I fixed the chat.
You fixed it?
A little too big. It's just a little too big. Let me see. Sorry, let me... Everyone ignore this message. Or wait, me...
I thought you were about to say everyone ignore Blair Hitsu being questionable with their facial expressions again.
I think it stopped cutting it off. I actually can't tell. I probably should have just put a normal message. No, it's still cutting it off. Fuck me. I don't know how to change it. I'll fix it later. Minnie sits on my bed, which is like right next to me, and either when I start adjusting cam or light or shake the treat, she gets into the spot next to me. That's so cute. I love Minnie so much. Even if she is a little demon sometimes.
Oh god, yeah, she is a little demon, but like, my god, we love her.
And a cute little demon. It's okay.
She's so cute. All cats are cute. All cats are babies.
She can hear her name.
Regardless
she's looking. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to summon her. No, not the cat joke coming up immediately after that. She's coming for treats. I did. I summoned the demon. I'm sorry. Also, when are we playing Devour again? You have to help me coerce Aaron into playing Devour with us again. And it's a
Devour?
4-player game. You have to play Devour with us. It's a horror game where you have to, like, solve rituals. And last time I played it, I got motion sick. But it was still really, really fun. So it's worth it. We will. He's fucked up his... Oh, is that what... Because he wouldn't... I didn't see him explain why he had an emergency last night. Gotcha. We play cultists. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I did. I literally, like, we were...
I'm sorry, what?
We were in the middle of the game, and, like, everyone was getting attacked. They were like, go hide! Oh, we play as cultists. That's right. It's a cult. You're in a cult, and you're trying to summon the demon by sacrificing things, or, like, solving a puzzle or whatever. And I think it was the spider woman that we were summoning. And
like a typical Tuesday night, got it.
Right. Again, you know, us pagans, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was literally, it was I think it, like, either the second or the very first stream I ever had on this channel. And I was getting attacked, but I felt it. I and then I ran away, and I could hear through my headset, River? And then I died. And then I came back and I'm like, I'm okay.
Oh my god. You know what? See, when you said that you didn't like playing as the killer because you got motion sick, I now understand why. That's the reaction you have.
Yes. So... Like, people think I'm fucking joking when I tell them I get motion sick. And... but specific maps are associated with specific characters, so you can't plan. Yeah. But, like, people think I'm fucking joking, but I'm not. I actually get sick looking at certain game. I don't know why. Like, I can't watch people play Security Breach. Like, whenever, Aaron does his charity streams where he plays Security Breach to torture himself, I have to have Discord cover up the screen as I listen to him play, because I can't,
can't even watch. Oh, yeah. God.
It might be the first person. Because I noticed I can't play a lot of first-person shooter games. I also can't play Minecraft. I don't know why. Minecraft's
first person
so,
as well, so
it is first person, but you can play it in third person. But I also noticed that when you move throughout the world, it bends in a really weird way. Like, the motion blur makes the whole world warp around your character, and if you look at the edges of your screen, like, it stretches the world, and I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel really fucking woozy, even when I do play Minecraft in third person. I have no idea how to turn that off. So... I also don't own Minecraft on this PC, so I only ever play with my brothers when I go and visit them on their when they have an Xbox. You know, I'll figure it out if I ever do start playing Minecraft. I do really want to play Minecraft again because I love Minecraft. I have very fond memories of playing Minecraft when I was younger. And I want to start a community server, like a fantasy community server with all the, like, the extra mods and everything that make it look like a fairy wonderland. Ugh, I want it so bad. But again, I have to get over my motion sickness before I can do that.
You are in so many, like...
I have brain rot for a lot of things. I don't think you understand.
You get so much brain rot for so many things.
Right. So much for so many things. I am now in a GTA roleplay server, and I'm addicted to it. I was like, of course I won't get addicted to it. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. Like, I'll just play a couple nights a week. I've only played on it for like 3 days. It's consuming my, like, every waking thought.
It's the same person that you were literally going to use my voice for for a character for
I was gonna use
cheesecake.
your voice for a Red Dead Redemption roleplay.
Oh, sorry,
That's
Red Dead Redemption.
different. So totally, completely
Another one.
different.
Yeah. Being
Which
like,
I
hey, you're
totally think
Scottish.
whenever you finish all your projects, all your big major projects, you should totally come roleplay with me. You ho. I was trying to find a word that wasn't too bad, and I'm like, I feel like that word was still bad. But I'm like, but Ashley calls me bitch, so I can't call you bitch. It's like, that's Ashley's word.
I'll fine. I guess I'll take ho then.
Oh, I haven't told you. I do have a coworker that calls everyone ho, and I'm like, dude, I wait for the day you slip up and call a customer ho. Okay, have fun. I'll talk to you soon. And because I work up in the deli most nights, and it's right next to the host stand. And he's like, whenever
Yeah.
he comes in for his shift, when it's just the servers and the cooks in the restaurant, he's like, "Hey hoes," and we're like, "Hey ho," and there was
You
one
gonna
night
fuck
because
up.
everyone comes in just a little bit tipsy. You know, we work in a restaurant. Everyone comes in just a little bit tipsy. And there was one night that he was leaving, and I guess he was making good jokes with some of these customers. He's like, "Okay, bye hoes." And I was like, dude, you can't say that to the customers. And he's like, what'd I do? I love him so much, but oh my gosh, he's gonna get us in trouble one day. Anyway, okay, yes. Satan is off to feed Minnie. It is like
Yeah.
2 a.m. for you. And I need to go eat because I haven't eaten in like 12 hours. Alright. Don't look at me like that.
That's not true. You actually had ramen before we started streaming.
What did I do? I did have ramen. Oh my gosh, I forgot. So it's only been like 4. It's only been 4 hours. Hell yeah. Look at me. I'm being responsible today. I had 2 meals.
Slow blinks into the camera.
I've had 2 whole meals today. That's exciting. Alright, regardless, it is time to go to bed.
It is time to go to bed because I need to get a dragon. Well, actually, no, I need to go take photos of me
Yeah,
and this
take
person.
pictures first. Don't be
Take
like me. Take pictures first.
Yes.
Alright.
Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us in this chaotic
Right.
stream, and hopefully we will have many more of these if you guys liked them.
Yes. And maybe next time I will have coerced Hitsu to play Play-Doh with me.
Yes. Oh, I mean, you literally bought the game for me,
Right.
so I am now obligated to. The problem is that I only have one monitor, and it's obviously on Steam, and it's on, the one
Right.
monitor that
I
need
also
to
only have one monitor. I am literally doing all of this from one.
How?
I will tell you later when after you go take pictures and get some rest.
Okay.
Next time we vibe, I will let you know how I do all of my shit in one monitor.
With much difficulty, is the answer.
With much difficulty, yes. And also I have the stream pulled up on my phone, so just in case I can monitor things that way, and I can also read chat easier.
I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have like when you stream, you have like a streamer mode where you can view all of your stats, all of your recent alerts, and then also chat as well. And you can edit your stream info and everything from your phone. So I don't have to go into my browser and all that. It's not as nice as being able to look at my OBS chat, because I really do like to look at my OBS chat, but yeah, it's easy for me to use, especially when I play GTA, because I have to play that full screen. I don't know why, but it fucks up when I play in windowed mode. So
yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, we will get our. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alrighty.
It's almost 2 a.m.
Transitioning to the goodbye screen. Everyone say goodbye to Hitsu. We will see him next time. Next time I can coerce him to come on stream with me.
I will try my best. Also, I should hopefully be streaming soon anyway, so I will coerce
Yes.
you to come into my streams.
Absolutely. Just be
It'll be
like,
fun.
Ayo, when do you have free time? I will just send you my schedule.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you guys again. I will see you next time with much love. Mwah. Bye.
Mwah. Bye.